Yeah. Glitch the guarantee. E&E. Put your boy shit. Glitch, nigga. Shit, I'm about to flood the streets like when the levees break. Criminal minds, my Garcia can navigate. Flowing while I'm blowing this gas. Nigga, no brakes. Niggas not seeing me ever. I mean, no days. Fuck around and end up going. You getting misplaced. E&E, the shit that I claim. You dealing with grace. Took over the game. I storm like Rain's mixtape. Thankfully, I've been up in smoke like my mixtape. Counting cheddar shit. I'm about to make a grilled cheese. Niggas be faker than bad bitches with good weeds. On my John Wick shit like Keanu Reeves. Replacements won't be enough. You need the whole team. I've been a G since I could finish my ABCs. Kept it a buck so real niggas look up to me. This butcher boy shit get crazy when it's sick of me. I'm coughing out these dope bars till they sick of me.
Can't get rid of me, still can't find a remedy. Still blowing palmers if it comes to Hennessy. E&E, we own our shit independently. When I go out on a limb, I take extremities. I can see right through transparency. Hurt their self-esteem low, insecurities. Now or never, like glitch the guarantee. What's the recipe? King L's Reflection 3. All these chapters in my life, you can turn a page. Books can't tell you my story, gotta live a day. Glitch got my back, yeah, you can copy that. Man, we control the seat, you can copy that. Leave your whole state red like Republicans. Putting fire on the track, now it's bubbling. Butcher boys, E&E, you in trouble, kid. At first 100 mil, you can double it.
Let's go. Let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. Let it show. Automatic nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go. Let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. Let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Flow sick, corona, jealous in the motherfucker. Can't even take a step, that's how far I trust you. This black boy turned to shining king under pressure. West side fat jacks, I took more to measure. Shave the extras, that's business. Started feed street blues, what I talk, royal blood flowing free. Power on my mind, knows the gang is kind. Read between the lines, it was in my eye. If they ain't got real lines, it ain't hard to spot a counterfeit. Undefeated, ultra real, Fern Gully Mountain shit. Couple hot shots, turn on the frozen margaritas. Even better when it's served with some flawless features. Next year they gotta pay for these flawless features. Flawless victories from the flaws that they teach us. Now my flow imitate how I board the plane non-stop. The little J gon' take over with my time side.
Yeah, I get right to it. My nigga, we beg your pardon. We putting niggas back in boxes. Yeah, they departed. My flow be retarded. Sick, I need hella help. My groove came back. This must be how Stella felt. We just started kicking it like a yellow belt. We all made it to the pros. This is how LaMelo felt. You better yell out help. Here come the double team. You catch me in the spot, then you know that the boy is clean. The Louis V look mean with the magazine. So if you try it, you get shot. No vaccine. If you asleep before I came, then I'm the caffeine. I pull the jokers out the deck. Yeah, there ain't no laughing. In CEO fashion, we sticking to the business. Wouldn't even let a vegan knock me off my chicken. Something about the VVS when the sun is hitting. Should be flashing like the lights when you getting
Let's
tickets.
go. Let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. Let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go. Let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. Let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Yeah. What up? Y'all already know it. It's your brother, man, Virgil Berry, aka Steph.
Welcome to the next generation of website creation.
I apologize
Wix
for being
Harmony.
late, man.
Get the power of AI and the freedom of drag and drop to turn your words into a website with purpose and a brand that's entirely yours to shape. Work alongside Aria, your personal AI agent. Ask for anything from pages to sections, and there it is. Then
man. Glitch the guarantee. E&E.
Right here, man. You know,
2020 got me seeing so
put things
clear.
in perspective. You feel me?
Put your boy shit.
We gonna get
Lost
to it,
some
man.
glitch.
Tap in, walk with me. Tap that like button, click the button, start to
You
say.
cool, nigga.
Every tap over off the bottom of the screen, man.
This is the cool.
Major.
We on the rise now, middle fingers in the sky now. Rolling haze, so we high now. How we ride now? All coops with the top down. And we listening to top down. Trees got a whole pound. Real G's when we come round. Niggas know how it's going down. Yeah, we on the up, bitch. Real shit you should fuck with. E&E, throw it up shit.
And we stay ballin', like we sponsored by Sporting. Ball looking for the fall-in, soldiers all fall in. And we go all in, while we listening to all in, while you all talking. We smoking and coughing, till we land in the coffin, glitching, nauseous. Yeah, stepping out office, yeah, it is that bullshit. Killing in vain is vanity. Yeah. Do it again, it's insanity. Yeah. Nauseous a real vigilante. Yeah. Killing these kids is plan B. Yeah. Hood is too hot with an antifreeze. Yeah. Blowing on leaves in these planted trees. Okay. Don't break the code, this family. Okay. We cutting off legs like amputees. My flow is classic, antique. Yeah. Freaking the beat is in Japanese. Yeah. Ever our cook is a masterpiece. Yeah. When money talkers, we Guapanese. Okay. Fire and flame mixed with gasoline. Sick. Passing my sons, that's a legacy. Sick. Study the gang, how they testing me. Yeah. They dropped the ball, man, that's incomplete. Beat them so bad, make them retreat. Yeah. All of these gems you can retweet. Yeah. Play with your boys on repeat. You pay the price with your receipt. Yeah. Below $1 million, flipping it. Okay. Everyday noise get sickening. Trying to flip bills to trillions. Turning these good girls to villains. Lyrics is sick. Butcher with shit. E&E clip what we represent. Put it on wax like a candlestick. We moving units and measurements. Cooking it up in the lab. We just performing experiments. Since I'm the bomb atomic, bang. These rappers out of my element.
We on the rise now, middle fingers in the sky now. Rolling haze, so we high now. How we ride now? All coops with the top down. And we listening to top down. Trees got a whole pound. Real G's when we come round. Niggas know how it's going down. Yeah, we on the up, bitch. Real shit you should fuck with. E&E, throw it up shit.
And we stay ballin', like we sponsored by Sporting. Ball looking for the fall-in, soldiers all fall in. And we go all in, while we listening to all in, while you all talking. We smoking and coughing, till we land in the coffin, glitching, nauseous. Yeah, stepping out office. Yeah, it is that bullshit.
Glitch, nigga. Perfected my flow. If I'm on the track, then you know it's a go. The guarantee, nigga, and I guarantee treat the gas like the Clippers. You know I'm a choke. Only exotic when blowing the smoke. No one ahead of me. I got the recipe. Do this shit easily. This is my destiny. Sick throwing lobs. I'm dunking on everything. Niggas is sick, and I got the remedy. What I prescribe is extra artillery. Get in my zone and start going berserk. I'm feeling like Clay when he went off for 60. With the bullshit, swear to God you can miss me. Best friends with the money, Aaliyah and Missy. I come from the bottom, to try me is risky. Throwing this K like that bitch is a frisbee. Real talk, let me lock in, show these niggas what I do. Axe Rain, I be standing next to players too. Front line shit, nigga, I'm the fucking truth. Top 6 ever of the 5 in my group. Niggas still bang top down in the coop. Put your boy up and we coming for the loot. E&E shit, we the best, yeah, it's true. This is guaranteed, nigga, this is what I do.
Yeah. Tap in. Y'all know we about to get through it, man. All right. We definitely gonna get through it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And yes, sir. I apologize for the tardiness, y'all. Like I said, man, earlier, I was asleep. You know what I mean? I fell asleep, little nap, and I definitely needed that nap. You know what I'm talking about? But, you know what I'm saying? Earlier, I was smoking, sipping, and I ate. And you know how that be. Sometimes you just fall asleep. You know what I'm saying? Watching that His or Hers or whatever it's called on Netflix with my baby Tessa Thompson in it. Tried to watch that, fell asleep, man. Y'all know how it be, man. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't charge it to my head, not my heart. You know what I'm saying? Charge it to my head, not my heart. Charge it to my head and not my heart. Right? Now, this show tonight, man, and let me be clear, right? Let me be very, very clear, right? let me be very clear, right? When it comes to situations like this, I normally don't pick sides. You feel me? I tend to stay very neutral. You know what I'm saying? But when something is drowning in hypocrisy, you know, I gotta keep it 100. You know what I'm talking about? I gotta keep it 1,000. And this situation reminds me of my homie Sinful. Rest in the essence to Sinful to P, right? Sinful used to say that I don't have female mods, right? Now, although I personally didn't agree with Sinful on that, because I think that as long as the females is on code, long as the females are in pocket, I don't have a problem with having female mods over here at A Real Talk podcast. I, in fact, think that female mods add a little bit of flair to the show, but I understand with situations like this, I understand why Sinful, you understand what I'm saying? I understand why Sinful had a strict policy of no female mods, right? To all y'all who don't know, right? If y'all didn't know beforehand about this situation, MICHON used to be a mod on Supreme Red TV 1, for all y'all who do not know. Right? And she was a mod on my brother Red's platform for a nice little second. But what I will say, and I got to be honest about now, and I'm not saying, you know, because I don't know. Everything that I'm saying is based off of my observation and my opinion. I'm not saying that anything is a fact, or what I'm saying is the actual situation, simply because I just don't know. I will be guessing at this time, but more than likely, I will almost say that I'm more than likely probably right, right? XL Pro was hiding bag. Oh yeah, my new Cash App is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. My other Cash App became compromised, so I had to switch it up and get a new one. And this is it right here, scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Y'all could always still hit the super chat, but if you want to contribute to the show, the best way, excuse me, the best way to contribute is to send it to that old Cash App. Now, don't get me wrong, if you feel more comfortable doing a super chat, super thanks, super gift, whatever the situation may be, do that. I'm not telling you to not do that, but you know, I'm just saying if you really want to support the show, you know what I'm saying? If you really want to support the show, you hit that Cash App, because that's going straight directly to me. You know what I'm talking about? YouTube ain't getting no 30% cut. You know, that's another reason why YouTube be on what they be on with certain content creators, right? But we're going to keep it right over here. That's right. What's good with you? I don't think I've ever seen this name in my comment section before, but what's good with you, loved one? 92 Dolo, what's happening with you, bro, man? Yeah, shady moderators, man. And I got to say, I don't give a damn. Listen, man, I'm going to call it 100, because if it was on the other foot, I would be saying the same stuff. And I would have to say that MICHON is definitely a shady moderator, right? Now, everything I say is my opinion. This is not based in facts as far as speaking for everybody involved. I'm just speaking for myself, my perception. You know what I'm talking about? I'm speaking for myself and my perception. But like I said, more than likely, I'm probably right. Right? Spencer May, SW Wright. May Spencer. Yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely going to go check your joint out if you pull up in my comment section and I ain't recognize your name. I'm going to go check out to see who you is, right? But welcome to the show, S Wright 8989, or should I say What was the thing? What was the joint called just now? Spencer May Spencer. You know, man, this is an ill situation right here, though, right? You know what I'm saying? This is why I asked the poll question that I asked, man. And just to speak on my brother Red real quick, I could also understand why this will make him very apprehensive in allowing other content creators to become mods on his platform, or also to other content creators as well. And see, me personally, I don't mind having other content creators as mods, because if you are a content creator and you a mod on my platform, it's because, one, I actually rock with you. Two, I've checked out your content and I respect it to the limits that is respectable. I don't really look at too much controversy. When I don't look at content from content creators that how could I say that so go against my own views and you know what I'm saying, on certain things that it wouldn't make sense for us to be interacting with you, or it wouldn't make sense for this person to have a wrench or be a mod on my platform, right? With that being said, you know what I'm saying, my brother Mr. O is a mod over here. My girl Brownie Ellie, shout out to my brother Brownie. Brownie is a moderator. I think I'll make Monique a moderator. I don't have too many female mods over here, right? But you know what I'm saying, I don't have no problem with making a chick a mod, as long as she's showing proof that she's worthy of being bestowed with such an honor and responsibility. You know what I'm talking about? Because I'm not too much of a fan of women correcting men, especially when we're talking about things concerning manhood. You know what I'm talking about? But, you know, there's the exceptions to the rule in every situation. You know what I'm saying? But this situation definitely put in perspective for me. You understand what I'm saying? It put in perspective for me why my brother Sinful didn't have female mods, right? And outside of, you know, chicks having some type of authority over the opinions and the thoughts of men by being able to, you know, monitor what they say. You know what I'm saying? They also open up the opportunity for some degree of clout chasing, some degree of, you know what I'm talking about, some degree of, is this person becoming a mod on my page, on my platform, or am I making them a mod on my platform because, you know what I'm saying, they represent, they hold it down, they support the platform, right? And they show up in the comment sections. That, you know, they might show some love to the Cash App every now and again, maybe a super chat, you know what I'm saying, offer their views and opinions, and, you know what I'm saying, regulate the flow of the comment section respectably, you know what I'm saying? But then, and I'm not saying that this is the situation with MICHON. I'm not saying that because I can't prove that, nor would I try, because I really don't care. But I'm going to say this just for conversation's sake. Some people like to come to other people's platforms with the hopes of somehow siphoning and sucking, you know what I'm saying, traffic, or, you know what I'm saying, subscribers from aligning themselves with certain content creators who may be of a certain subscriber count or popularity and visibility, which to some extent, I don't see nothing wrong with that. I think that's what y'all call it, content strategy. I don't see nothing wrong with that if it's something that makes sense. If the content creators are mutually, you know what I'm saying, have mutual views and, you know what I'm saying, perspectives in common. Not saying you got 100% agree on everything, but I don't see nothing wrong with that, though. But you know what I mean? But then there's that thing where people come, try to, you know, support or show some fake support just for the efforts, or with the thought process in mind of, I'm going to go over here and I'm gonna infiltrate. I'm gonna act like I'm supporting and this and this and that. You know what I'm saying? With the hopes of me using this person's platform to gain some traction, to get some subs in my channel, my page, and situations like that. You know what I'm saying? And then when I get my subs up, or you know what I'm saying, or I'm gonna sit up here and I'm gonna be a mod on somebody's page. I'm gonna be cool, and then when I get to a certain subscriber count, that's when I'm gonna start. Or in order to get my subs up, I'm gonna act like I'm cool up until this person says something that I don't agree with or particularly like, that I didn't see or recognize about them before. So now I'm gonna talk stuff about them, or I'm going to bring them up in conversations, you know what I'm saying, in order to gain some more traction to my situation by talking about this person, or talking about a person who I used to be, or at one point in time was a moderator on their page, right? And I'm speaking on their situation with another content creator, you know what I'm saying? And I'm using that situation to do the same thing with this dude or different content creator than the one before, right? So I understand why Simple say he don't allow females to be moderators. At the same time, I don't see anything wrong with having a female as a moderator as long as she is in pocket. And you can best believe every chick over here who is a moderator definitely in pocket. And when I mean in pocket, I mean they're a woman, they're respectable. They tap in with me because they actually like what I do. They actually support my content because they like it and they believe in it. And they have shown and proved that they are loyal supporters, right? My man .com in the building, man. Des, what's good? My man said, yo, I have to hit your line, brother. It's been a while. Hope all is well, and never mind the goofies. AG said, you already know, man. You already know, Des. You know I get down, man. But I have to speak on this because this is a current situation that's going on. I'm still a mod over here with my brother Red, and I still rock with and support my brother Red. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I ain't going to say was, because I didn't feel a need to do that, because I don't, like I say, and this ain't no shade towards MICHON. You know what I'm saying? I actually am subscribed to MICHON's page. I subscribed to MICHON's page a minute ago, and I've been subscribed, and I simply and only subscribed to MICHON's page is because she was a mod with my homeboy Red. That's the only reason. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Now, have I watched some of MICHON's content? Yes. I'm not gonna see. I'm not one of these dudes that sit up here and perk. And one thing, pause, I'll never be is a D rider. You know, I'm the clout. I'm him. Where I'm from, and in my world. You feel me? So this ain't that. But I gotta say, I don't watch too much of MICHON's content. I ain't even gonna get into why I don't. It really don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I don't like MICHON's content, or have any type of disdain towards it. It's just that when I did become subscribed to MICHON's platform, and I did so as a result of her being a mod on my brother Red's platform, simply for no other reason. I seen that she was a supporter of Real Ones at the time, so I had no problem with subbing to her page. As a result of that, I don't really and haven't really watched MICHON's content all like that, simply because her type of content just don't resonate with me. I'm not knocking it. I'm not hating. I hope MICHON has continued success with her page, because when she first started doing her own thing, I remember she had just as many subs as me, and she came in and did her thing. And it's more easier for chicks to do what MICHON is doing, what she's doing now. If last time I checked, when I was looking into for this situation, MICHON got two pages. She got one page where she got like 17,000 subscribers, and she got another one where she got like, I want to say 40 or 41,000 subscribers. So Dan Patrick was happening. So, you know what I'm saying? She been doing her thing, you know what I'm saying? And she got her subs up, but I'm not saying that she got her subs up as a result of being a mod on Red's page. I'm not saying that her being a mod on Rev's page didn't contribute to her current sub count. Two things can be true. That's not what we here to address tonight, though, right? We here to address when mods become ops. We here to address when people become moderators on certain platforms with the hopes of just using that moderator position as to somehow siphon subs from this content creator to add on to their subs. And then, you know what I'm saying, outside of that, doing that and also getting to a point to where you basically is talking ish about a content creator on whose platform in which you used to be a moderator, right? Now, this situation is funny to me because, like I said, the only reason I even know about MICHON is because of my brother Red's platform. You feel me? That's where I got familiar with MICHON at, and she seemed to have rational viewpoints when it came to the topics of discussion that we have over here, over there at my brother Red's platform. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't necessarily say that she was an advocate for men, but she was fair and balanced in her views and her opinions, to my understanding or to my knowledge and recognition. Like I said, when Rashawn started doing her own thing, I didn't really tap in with her content because, like I said, it's just the type of things she discussed for the most part just don't resonate with me, right? I don't really pay attention to too many female content creators because most of y'all are the same in what y'all talk about. Y'all talk about basically the same stuff. And I'm not sitting here like, I mean, I do a little bit of celebrity gossip every now and again, but it's not from the perspective of gossip. We always break it down and, you know, saying we applying analytics. Shout out to Sir Israel. We applying you know, saying this goddamn game. We support. We applying game. You know, what I'm saying mentality. You know, what I'm saying to these situations and breaking them down and deciphering them. Though, you know what I'm talking about. So, you know, and plus over here at A-Real Talk, man, I cover things. I'm not arrogant to the point to where I'm like, I'm the only guy talking about the stuff I talk about, because I would be lying to y'all if I said that. But I am the only guy breaking them down in the way that I am, though. That's a fact. Oh, and I've watched. And I be seeing y'all other content creators. That's why I call some of y'all non-content creators. I don't think there's anything wrong with, you know what I'm saying, paying homage to a smaller content creator who you just sit up there and clearly got some gain from and like that person's content, and you know, want to have similar views towards similar things, and you want to, you know what I'm saying, speak on it in a certain way. And you might take something from a smaller content creator and add it into your repertoire. But at the same time, you don't pay homage or say, hey, listen, hey, man, I got this from such and such. Whether they be a more known content creator or a more or less unknown content creator. I don't give a damn. See, I'm a real one. I'm an actual real one. I don't give a damn about your sub count. I don't give a damn about how many views, likes. I don't care about none of that. None of that stuff is a representation of the authenticity of the information game you is delivering through your platform. And I want us to get to a point to where we, you know what I mean, and this is the unintelligent artificial intelligence at work here as well. You feel me? But I want us to get to a point, y'all, where we don't get in the mind frame of associating, you know, just because somebody got a certain amount of subscribers, like that mean that, for one, that they're intelligent, charismatic, magnetic, that they're or that they can break things down or hold a conversation, or, you know what I'm saying, that doesn't mean any of that, right? What I found is a lot of these so-called content creators, right, with all these sub counts, a lot of these people that buy their subs, a a lot of non, that's why I call them non-content creators, because they have to go to very what I would consider low levels of non-content creating just to gain traction or attention to the platform. See, I'm not willing to do that, right? I'm not willing to do that, y'all. And I say it's a little bit different for a guy like me. Me being an actual content creator, being an actual journalist, you know what I'm saying? I do what I do because and like I said, I'm a businessman as well. So I'm monetized, so I'm absolutely here to make some money. And I do. Like, I make a pretty decent amount of goddamn it, residual income from the business relationships I've developed with my YouTube platform. Now, not necessarily from super chat, super thanks, super give, AdSense revenue, and Google revenue. Although I do make something, it ain't nothing to brag about, you know what I'm saying? But what I can brag about is through my business relationships that I've created with my platform that I have outside of YouTube. I make enough residual income from my YouTube relationships to where I haven't had to pay my rent in the past 1.5 years out of my income that YouTube has been able to afford me the ability to pay for that. And I'm very grateful and thankful for that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm not willing to compromise my manhood, my masculinity, or my morals in exchange for making content just to attract subs, right? I would rather have a thorough sub count that I know are people who actually rock with me and actually support me and actually like what I'm doing, right? And you know what I'm saying? Even within that, you know what I'm saying? What I discovered is you don't have to have a significant sub count to create a financially lucrative situation for yourself through your YouTube platform, right? You know what I'm saying? Thanks to my business connections that I've met through YouTube and my platform, you know what I'm saying? We're about to see our vino going across the country. Don H wine as well. Shout out to my brother Servale and Drink Imperial Grapes. You understand what I'm saying? On top of a lot of consulting that I've done and one-on-ones with people, man, I've developed relationships with people who are subs of mine, and I appreciate everybody who I do actual business with offline who are subs. These are the people who don't necessarily jump in the comment section, but they're watching from the clouds. These are people who are doing real things in real life, but they appreciate the platform. They support the platform, and they also do business with me offline. Shout out to all of y'all. You know what I'm talking about? But this is the reason why my brother Sinful said he don't allow chicks to be moms on his page, and I get it, man. Now, this situation with MICHON and Red, man, you know, we're going to talk about it. We got to talk about it, right? Now, like I said, I don't really watch MICHON's content, so I don't know if she's dropped any content where she's specifically going in on Red, you know, I'm talking about as far as like, you know, on some old, beef or antagonizing type stuff. I haven't watched it. I wasn't about to search through her content to find it because that's not what the show is about as far as like me displaying that. If y'all seen that, y'all seen that. But I am going to address the reason why I think my brother Red is going in on MICHON the way he is because of this particular part in this interview. Right now, I'm not going to tell, I don't tell nobody what they should or shouldn't talk about on their platform because ain't nobody going to tell me what I can talk about or should talk about over here. You can suggest what you would like for me to talk about, and I don't mind that, you know, especially if you contribute to the platform, but telling me or like, like you're telling me when people come and say, you're talking about this when you should be, you sit here talking about this when there's this going on, we should be talking. Nah, you should be talking about that. We talking about whatever we talking about over here at A Real Talk Media. We talking about what I am talking about. Or with somebody who has emailed me, more than likely has also paid me to talk about, because I respect people like that because they understand business, right? And they don't pay no respects to you on God, man. Oh, that's weak. Most of you people, like I say, with large subscriber counts, they are people who are not real and raw and uncut, and they don't really talk about anything of any real significance or importance. And if they do, they're not able to break it down in a way to have you thinking about it from a different perspective other than what you've been told to do via social engineering, right? This situation with Red and MICHON, man, I'm going to call it like I see it. And I don't give a damn how anybody feel about it because I'm being honest and raw, right? I mean, I'm being raw and I'm being 100% honest, right? You know what I'm saying? I'll say this, and this is the reason why I agree with Red on not allowing other content creators to be mods on your page, because stuff like this happen. You know what I'm talking about? Now, I can't sit up here and say that MICHON used Red to boost her platform. People that tap in with me, I mean, we all have similar interests. We all are in similar circles. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see other people in comment section, like on my page, you see some of them same people over there at Red's platform. Hell, you may even see some of them same people over there at my girl Brownie's platform, or maybe even at MICHON's platform. I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't moderate or watch. And when I say that, it's people who are mods on my page that are content creators, which is only what, Red, Mr. O, and MICHON, if I'm not mistaken. You feel me? I can't think of any other content creator that I have as a moderator, right? Is MICHON subscribed to my page? Maybe, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? MICHON definitely tapped in over here sporadically, right? I can recall like maybe once or twice, maybe 2 or 3 times that I can remember actually seeing MICHON come in my comment section and comment, or just to say, hey, just tapping in. I recall that a couple times, as I'm sure she recalls me a couple times tapping in with her content. But I'm not an avid watcher of her content, because what I have seen of MICHON's content is more of the type, and MICHON does the type of content that I expect a female to do. See, I'm not mad at MICHON. Like, I disagree with what what's going on a lot, but I'm not mad at MICHON. MICHON is no different than any other chick in my eyes, especially a chick that's endeavoring to be a content creator. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, I don't get mad at chicks for doing shit that chicks do. And that's what chicks do. Now, am I saying this is what MICHON do? To an extent, maybe she did, maybe she didn't. But one thing I know that chicks do, women do, females do, of all age ranges, is that they will align themselves with a man in order to improve their situation if they can do that. And I don't personally see anything wrong with that, because that's just the natural way women are. But it is an issue when you do that, but then you start, siding with the Opps, or you siding with somebody who I'm going to say is an enemy, but you know what I'm saying? That'd be like my brother, Mr. O, being a moderator over here on A Real Talk, a podcast as a content creator himself, but then he go on another person's platform, or a person pulls up to his platform, and he sit up there and start saying disparaging things about me, or brings me up in a way that puts me in a negative light. You understand what I'm saying? Or don't defend me in any way, as in reference to bringing me up in discussion with another content creator and how they may feel towards me due to whatever beef or differences we may have, right? Yeah, that's a fact, Dan Patrick. They do, right? And this situation right here, like I say, when my ops become ops, man. Now, what I will say is this. You know what I'm talking about? MICHON had been doing her little coverage of the whole Anton and Corey HOLCOMB situation, right? And listen, man, you know, everybody has their right to talk about whatever they want to talk about, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But we do live in the time of clout chasing. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta say, MICHON, in regards to your coverage of the situation between Anton and Corey, I would have to say that it's biased to an extent, right? Let me tell you why I think you're being biased, MICHON, in your content coverage of your coverage of this situation, right? I'm gonna say you're being biased because now I'm not telling nobody. It ain't up to me to tell anybody what they should discuss in relation to any interview, interaction, collaboration they do with another content creator, whether this content creator be a big content creator or a small content creator. That ain't my demo. You talk about whatever you want to talk about, discuss what you want to discuss. You know what I'm saying? But if you're going to call yourself a journalist, if you're going to call yourself a content creator, in reference to certain things, man, it's a certain neutral perspective that you have to have in regards to people with whom you are cool with as far as content creators, and having discussions with people who a content creator that you're cool with, or to some degree y'all got something in common with each other, and then your discussion with another content creator who this content creator has a disagreement with, right? Now, I'm not about to get into any of that other stuff because none of that stuff matter. I'm getting into when mods become ops. MICHON, I'm not telling you what you should or shouldn't be talking about, but what you should or should not be asking as far as questions go in reference to whoever you're talking about. But I will say this, MICHON, right? When you interview, or should I say, when Anton pulled up on you, and you had basically a on-site impromptu interview, you absolutely conducted that interview in a very non-journalistic way. That interview was more of a fangirl fanning out and happy that large content creators such as that as Anton Fleece Daniels. Shout out to my nigga Red. Anton Fleece Daniels. You were more or less fangirled out that he pulled up. Right? Now, this ain't, listen, man, what's going on between MICHON and Red, that's between MICHON and Red, right? I'm not picking no sides as far as, oh, screw MICHON, her content's trash, she's whack, or whatever. No, I don't, you know, that could be argued. That's for y'all to talk about. I'm sitting here addressing, I know MICHON that used to be a model on my brother's platform, and she's doing what she's doing now. This goofy dude pull up on her platform, and versus being an actual content creator, journalist, and asking this dude some challenging questions regarding to the situation that's going on, MICHON, you're pretty much fangirled out. You was happy that a guy who is a YouTuber, this you know, popularity size of Anton, you're happy you was overjoyed. I'm talking about you was goddamn it happy as a goddamn you know what I'm saying, baby mama who just got her goddamn it child support check when Anton pulled up. It was almost as if you was in shock that he actually pulled up, and you had to gather yourself before you even dropped the link for the brother, right? And we about to watch this right now. You understand what I'm saying? I'm more or less critiquing that when you did have the opportunity to challenge Anton and ask him some very challenging questions, you did not. Especially with regards to the questions that you did ask him. And we just gonna watch it for ourselves. And when I seen this, I was like, oh man, come on, Michon. I understand it's a guy who is a million plus sub count guy tapping in on your platform, and you know, you might be thinking to yourself like, hey man, Anton over here, you know what I'm saying? I've been lightweight kind of, you know what I'm saying, advocating for him. This is my opportunity to get some subs and this and this and that. And to sit up here and say, Michon, that has no validity to it, that's just not keeping it 100. That's just not keeping it real, right? And this is why I say when it comes to y'all chicks as content creators, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, the chicks is in it for popularity, they're in it for attention. I don't care how old they are. I don't care what they claim to be as far as ideology and their mindset. Or chicks are chicks. Females are females, right? And no matter what age they all are the same to some extent. They all want and crave attention, and they all have no problems with using a man to get them where they want to get. I don't have no problem with that. That's what women are designed to do. It's just about the way they go about doing it, right? Now, Michon, I ain't gonna lie to you, sister, man, right? With the way you conducted this interview, man, this makes your journalistic skills become in question, right? It's not that you didn't ask the questions, certain questions. It's that when certain things came up in this conversation, it was things that you didn't bring up. Now, if you know about these things, if you privy about these things, that's one thing. But when you privy to something and you're aware of something, when somebody says a certain thing or speaks on a certain topic and you like, hold on. You know what I'm saying? As a journalist, being fair and being balanced, you have to keep it fair and balanced. So, and in this interview, Michon, as a journalist, forget all the other stuff. As a journalist, Michon, you did not do your job. Now, I don't know if you consider yourself to be a journalist, Michon. Maybe you just consider yourself to be this new Orwellian term that they have put into the lexicon to get rid of journalism and journalists, and now everybody's a content creator, right? Now everybody's a content creator. I'm a journalist first, right? And just because you are a content creator doesn't mean the content you creating is productive, helpful, respectable. Doesn't mean that, right? And we have gotten to an era where subs, likes, views, shares have become currency. Controversy, as always, sells, but clout chasing is a new drug that has been introduced. And, you know, especially when it comes to y'all chicks, man, you know what I'm saying? If a guy like Anton pull up on your platform, you know what I'm saying? Most of y'all ain't going to do what a guy like I would do. Because, see, I don't give a damn about sub count. I don't give a damn about how many views you get. I don't give a damn about how many likes you get. I don't care about how many live people you get when you go live. I don't care about any of that stuff. It don't matter to me. What matters to me is the quality of your content. That's what matters to me. What matters to me is your ability to break things down and speak on things of importance and significance with your due diligence and your research and your knowledge and experience within whatever you're talking about being used to break that down to your audience. That's what I care about. I care about your authenticity. And yes, I don't have to know you. Me being a very true and real authentic guy, I can tell fake, phony-ish through the airwaves, right? And I got to be honest, MICHON, this interview, or should I say this impromptu interview you had with Anton was some super fangirl out-ish, right? You didn't handle this in a journalistic way. You handled this from a perspective and the viewpoint of a fan who was happy to have a larger perceived content creator on your platform, right? Now, I'm not hating on Anton, because I know a lot of y'all goofy ass people out here in YouTube land, y'all call everything hate, right? Just like MICHON is saying that a lot of people was hating on Anton. When MICHON, for you to sit up here and say that anybody is hating on this dude, are there some people who hate on Anton? I'm pretty sure. One thing I can say for sure, for certain, is that my brother Red, me, Jack, right? Any real ones who got any modicum of game about them speaking on this situation, we definitely are not jealous of this dude, Anton Fleece Daniels. We definitely not hating on Anton Fleece Daniels. And this is where I say I gotta give you some correction. I gotta give you some straightening on this, MICHON. And this is where I agree with my brother Red in your covering of this content, because but I'm not surprised, because MICHON is a female. I expect her to, when things get hot, to go the route she's going. And that's the difference between a female and a woman, right? Exactly, .com. And after I watched a little bit of MICHON's content, that is it. But I'm not upset at that though, because that's what chicks do, right? I don't expect. Listen here, y'all. When I watch or see female content creators, I don't expect female content creators to be philosophical, to be deep, to speak about things of actual importance and significance from a very articulate, well-researched, studied, due diligence point of view. I don't expect that from chicks, because that's not what chicks do. Chicks aren't deep. They're not philosophical. They're not articulate. They don't normally speak on things of importance or significance as a reference to the rest of us all, nor do they practice the ability to break things down from a perspective to where it's something that an audience such as yourselves never looked at a situation like before or even contemplated, right? For the most part, chicks, females, they're not deep. They're not philosophical. They're not able to articulate and break things down in the way that men do. Now, you can feel about that however you want to feel. Look at your majority of female content creators. Look at what they talk about. Look at the things they discuss, right? And I'm not like throwing a shot as far as like I'm upset. I'm just saying I don't get mad at chicks for doing things that chicks do. I'm not surprised or upset or even in any way bothered by the content that MICHON do, because she's a chick. It don't matter if she might be an older chick. She's a chick nonetheless. And I'm going to tell you, I done messed with chicks who was 25 to 55. They all the same, most of them, especially if they ain't a woman. Just because you 55 don't mean you a woman. You might just be a grown-ass female, right? And I'm not up here to do none of that, right? Because, you know what I'm saying? What MICHON and Red got going on is between MICHON and Red. MICHON and me, I ain't never felt out with MICHON. I'm not about to sit up here and say nothing crazy about MICHON. I'm not about to crack no jokes for MICHON, but I am going to critique the mentality of what I've seen. And what I will say, MICHON, is that you are very much lacking in journalistic skill and ability, right? You proved it with this interview, or should I say this impromptu interview when Anton pulled up on your platform. You fangirled out. You didn't put the fire to the feet. You asked softball questions. You were so excited that a YouTuber, the size of a YouTuber with the audience the size of Anton, you was fanned out that he actually pulled up to your demo. right? And you proved it with what the interaction was. You did.
Your book deserves the same treatment bestsellers get. That is exactly what Spines offers at our premium.
It's going to be probably closer towards that 9 or 10 inch mark.
So now you can't even give me credit for being objective. It's got to be Anton is paying me. What is going on with you allegedly? Thank you, boo. I cannot. This is crazy. Oh no! Oh my god! Shout out to the best chat on YouTube. Shout out to the best chat on YouTube, because child, you know I got a video for him. You know I got if I didn't tell you, I got another video from him. Shout out to, I ain't even gonna say who sent it to me. Child, y'all be hooking me up with shit, y'all. Y'all be hooking me up with shit. Let me tell y'all. I'm like, what? I'm like, what? But Anton said, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm good. Shout out to Anton in the building, y'all. Anton must pay you. Anton got to be paying you. Oh, so now you can't even give me credit for being objective. It's got to be Anton is paying me. What is going on with you?
Anton did pay you though, Rashawn. Didn't he send you like a $500 super chat? Now I'm not saying he sent you the $500 super chat before and all of this, but I mean, if somebody contributes to your platform in any way, they paid you. Not don't necessarily mean he paid you to drop the link and all of that, but I mean, if he contributes to your platform, he definitely paid you. It is what it is, man. Let's go, right? Let's go.
I'm chilling. What's going on, baby girl? I love your show.
Oh, thank you. Oh.
Anton know good and damn hell well. This is what I be saying, man. This is why I'm glad I'm a thorough one. This is why I'm glad I'm a real one. I'm glad I have the gift of discernment that the Most High has blessed me with, right? You know what I'm saying, man? Anton know good and damn hell well he don't pay attention to MICHON's content. He know that. What he does know is that this person, MICHON, who has a significant YouTube subscriber count, has been putting his name in her video titles. And you get notified and stuff like that as a YouTube content creator. I don't know if y'all knew that or not. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of his moderators or other people who watch him also watch MICHON, as she's been going on a whole campaign since this Corey and Anton thing, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying, talking about the things she's talking about in her advocacy or her support for Anton, right? When Mods become Opps, man, you know what I'm saying? When Mods become
Thank you. I didn't even know you knew who I was, child.
She didn't even know that Anton knew who she was, because Anton didn't know who you were prior to his goon squad saying, Sean been going in, she been support you, this, and that. She been talking stuff about this one, talking stuff about that one, who been talking stuff about you. You should probably go over there and check her out, right? Man, y'all got to understand how this stuff work, man. Agent provocateurs and rabble-rousers abound on YouTube, right? Let's go.
On you. Some of y'all, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, because I know everybody can't take me. Everybody can't take me. And clearly
I got thick skin.
And everybody can't take you either. So I don't know how long you've been listening to what I was saying today.
I just cut on my
He just cut on his YouTube. MICHON, this is further evidence that Anton don't tap in with you, man. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying Anton don't know you exist until his people brought you your existence to his awareness, because you've been talking about him as if you've been setting off a beacon to get Anton's attention somehow. The same could be said for Red about his content coverage of Anton in this situation. The same could be said about me. Listen, I don't care about none of that stuff. The only thing that's the difference is if it's actually true. The thing is, do Red need to talk about Anton to get traction to his page? Or does MICHON need to talk about Anton to get attraction to her page? I mean, it could be argued, man. I personally don't think that Red need to talk about Anton to get traction to his page. I just don't think that. Do I think that MICHON needs to talk about Anton and or Red to get traction to her page? Yes. Simply because she's a female content creator. She doesn't really talk about anything of importance or significance, right? For the most part, from what I've seen, nothing not out of what I've seen any other female content creator do. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't break things down from and you know, make me think about things from a different perspective. She just covering topics that everybody covering from her perspective, which I'm not knocking. I'm just saying she's not breaking down things in a way to making me think different about something. Like when I watched the content that I have watched of MICHON's, it wasn't like, oh, I never knew that. Oh, I didn't think about that like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like more of the same, and I'm not knocking that. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, for me, this is why I don't really pay attention to MICHON's content in particular and female content creators in general, because they really don't talk about things outside of what they heard other men talk about. They don't really articulate and break things down in a way that make me look at things in a different perspective or question certain things. And the reason why that is because that's just not y'all's design, man. Right? Y'all not designed to be teaching in that way. You know what I'm talking about? And I don't care how anybody feels about that. You can say whatever you want, call me or whatever you want to call me. I'm just speaking on the facts. You know what I'm saying? But let's go. Oh, and I tagged Red and MICHON in this, not with the hopes of them pulling up or with the hopes of me getting any type of traction, but just in case they get the notification, being that I'm going to, I know for a fact Red is assumed to subscribe to my page. I don't know if MICHON is subscribed to my page or not. I'm going to say, I'm going to assume that she is. So in the event that any one of them wanted to pull up and say anything about this, they tagged and they're notified about it. Not to listen. I do what I do because this is what I do, man. If it was about subs and views for me, I would be going the route of a lot of these other non-content creating ass dudes and chicks on here just to get some traction. Now, I got a specific goal and mission in mind, right? And message that I'm doing, right? The fact that I can make the money that I do make as residual income off of doing what I absolutely love doing, that's just a plus for me. You know what I'm saying? If I really wanted to focus a lot of attention on this, you know, I would, and I could, and I would. And in 2026, we're going to. That's why I say, hold on, let me do this right here real quick. Let me switch the demo up real quick. Right. This is why I'm telling y'all to do this right here, to go subscribe to this page right here, scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Subscribe to the page. You understand what I'm saying? Copy and paste that link. That's the link to my other YouTube page where we're about to get back to the interviews and all of that and specific linear content. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm going to basically put more effort into that page as far as from a business perspective. You know what I'm saying? Now, I am monetized over here at A Real Talk Podcast, and I'm very appreciative of that. Like I said, since I've been monetized on this page, I have made a decent amount of money. I've made, let's just say, like I said, I'm not going to brag like I'm just banned and balling, no, but it's enough money to where it contributes to me paying for my living, my lifestyle. And it's allowed me to be able to save some of my money that I actually make in real life. hey man, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? And so I just think to myself, if I actually really and this is just all me freestyling in my crib talking ish. This ain't me going in like putting no real money into like production or me investing money into like equipment or you know what I'm saying, like you know, backgrounds and all that crazy graphics and all that stuff. This is just off the top, off the dome, just me going in. You know what I'm saying? Doing what I love to do. You know what I'm saying? And you know, when you focus more on the business aspect of it, like how Anton does, right? And I'm not knocking that, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their own mission and goals when they come on platforms like YouTube, man. And I'm not saying that your goal shouldn't be to make money because this is business, right? But what your goal should not be is to be willing to do anything just to make money, right? Unfortunately, Anton fits in that category. Now, it's one thing to say somebody understands how to work the system and uses whatever, but look at what you have to give up in exchange, though. I'm not willing to do that. I'm not willing to do the things Anton Fleece Daniels, fun boy and high and ass has done just to have 1 million subs. I'm just not willing to do it, right? Maybe some of y'all
went on YouTube.
Okay.
And I seen you. And so I said, well, why not pull up and just have her ask me whatever she want to ask me anyway?
An exclusive, y'all. I got an exclusive. Oh, Freeze, are you? Oh, I'm not supposed to say that name. BAN, are you listening now? All right. All right. First of all, I'm gonna let him know because I told him, I said, I ain't scared. It is what it is, right? You be long-winded, child. You be long-winded. I'm like, oh, Anton, child.
I be long-winded?
Yeah, you be long-winded. I be like, Anton, please shut the fuck up.
I'm a streamer.
Can we get to the point? I'm here for information. Can you just get to the point?
Which point? Which point? I'm a streamer. That's what I do. I have to get my thoughts out. I'm a C student, so it takes me a little longer than most people.
This nigga always say he a C student, right? And like I say, Mashawn, man, listen, man, I get it, man. You feel me? I get it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? But I gotta say, you know what I'm saying? As a journalist, you feel me? When interviewing what will be or could be perceived as a famous person, I mean, it could be argued if Anton is famous or not. I'm not a hater. I would say that Anton is famous. As far as YouTube goes. But it's a lot of people who don't know who Anton is. Like when I talk to people that's actually from Detroit that I know from the D, they don't know who this dude is. They ain't heard of Anton Daniels since this situation with Corey. But YouTube, social engineering, social media is a whole nother world. And us real ones who are just coming to this digital space area, right? It's kind of new for us. For guys like Anton who've been here studying basically, you know, they kind of got a little bit more foot than some because they put a lot of effort into, you know, learning how YouTube actually works. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not knocking that. You know what I'm saying? I understand how YouTube works. I'm just not willing to do what is required, Anton, to get to the status and level that Anton is at. I'm not willing to do that. Because unlike Anton, I'm an actual man. Right? But I understand why MICHON would conduct herself in the way she did with this impromptu interview, because for one, she's clearly, I don't even think that MICHON is a fan of Anton. I think that MICHON is a fan of MICHON. I think that MICHON is a content creator to some degree, MICHON, I will put you in the category of a non-content creator, right? Who's trying to build an audience in the hopes and endeavoring to create a financial situation for herself. And from that perspective, I'm not knocking that, but in the way you go about doing that and are going to have to go about doing that in order to get to the level of success that I'm going to assume, which I don't do a lot of, but Sean aspires to get to the level of an Anton. Listen here, to do that organically is more than likely not going to happen. I'm going to repeat that. It's more than likely not going to happen. Because once the unintelligent artificial intelligence sees that you are actually a content creator, you actually have critical thinking, process of elimination, deductive reasoning, dot connecting ability and skills. Once they see that you actually have an opportunity or you have the ability to influence people to think differently, not about the goofy stuff that y'all talk about, we talk about on the platform, but the unintelligent artificial intelligence itself and exposing it. You know, don't think that the unintelligent artificial intelligence can't tell that. And trust me, you get to where you at because the unintelligent artificial intelligence chooses to put you there, not because of your skills and your gifts and your talents. Now, your skills and your gifts and your talents can get you there. They have the ability to, right? But that's a thing of the past on YouTube anyway. I think that kind of died with the what I call YouTube 3.0. From the time of about 2010 to 2016 was the golden era of YouTube to come in here and monkey foot your way in and be authentic, be raw and uncut, and garner an actual authentic organic audience that can range into the thousands of subscriber count of people who actually rock with you and support you. I'm gonna say the era on YouTube before there was a live option, right? But see, now that any and everybody can go live, including myself, we have an overabundance, we have a inflation, we have a overwhelming amount of non-content creators mixed in with actual journalists like myself. And it can get challenging to gain and garner an authentic audience. So you have been tricked and manipulated into thinking in the way to get an audience on YouTube is you gotta be controversial, Anton, MICHON. Right? So smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. Monique Robinson, what's good with you, loved one? Right? I'm not here to crack jokes and do any of that stuff. I'm gonna let Red do that, man. You know, because I personally ain't got no beef with MICHON, but I totally disagree with the way she conducted this interview. Does it make me look at MICHON different? No. For one, I don't know MICHON. Two, she's a chick. Like I said, I don't expect chicks to be intellectual and philosophical in the way they perceive things, especially concerning things concerning manhood. I just don't, right? But I will say that the way MICHON conducted this interview and her the way she's been conducting herself covering this content concerning Corey and Anton, like I say, I believe MICHON is about MICHON. MICHON is a content creator, or should I say in this essence, a non-content creator who wants to get as many subs as she can, right? And get as much attention to her platform as she can. Because if you're monetized on YouTube, the more people who watch and tap in with you, the more opportunity that makes for you to make some money. So, you know, I'm not mad at that. I don't look at MICHON no different than that. I expect shit like that from a chick personally. But knowing that this is the level of content, non-content that MICHON is involved with making, I will say that, I'm a critique it and talk about it when mobs become ops. And this is the reason why I understand my brother Red because I actually have a relationship offline with Red. We talk on the phone, we chop it up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? If me and Red, we kind of like the same people for real. Like we agree on more things than we don't agree on. And me and Red don't agree on everything, man. We agree on most things though. We 100% agree with each other when it comes to this Anton Fleece Daniel situation though. And it's not because I'm jealous of this dude, man. Come on, like Michon, when you say stuff like that, that's when I gotta be like, I don't get upset because I'm just don't. But it makes me challenge. It makes me challenge and question you as a content creator, and it makes me put you in that arena of non-content creator because, you know, so if you was a true content creator, should I say journalist, you would have absolutely asked more challenging questions with Anton versus fangirling out and just basically softballing that impromptu interview because you just wanted to glad hand Antoine. You didn't really give him no pushback with all or anything, real. Not saying listen, depending on what your aim was with that, you know, I could tell when Anton popped up, you was a little bit surprised. I could tell by the look on your face when you first seen him come into the chat, you was really questioning if it was really him or not. Pretty sure some of your moms were saying, Anton is in the chat. And maybe you were nervous because you really wasn't expecting Anton to pull up, as you said out your own mouth, right? So you kind of fangirled out a little bit. And I think that kind of, you know what I'm saying, like I say, Michon is about Michon, man, from my perspective. I don't even really think Michon's really, I don't know this to be true. This is just my perspective on the situation. I think Michon is just saying the stuff she's saying about Anton is to gain traction to her page. While it's a portion of people going against Anton, she chose to be a portion of the people who sides with Anton or backs him up or defends his standpoint to some extent, which she has the right to do, right? But my thing is, if you are going to support a guy like Anton and what he's doing, as if you advocate for what he's doing or you agree with what he's doing, that's going to put you in the crosshairs, man, because Anton is a sucker, right? Whenever I'm speaking on this guy, I don't act this dude, right? I don't particularly care if he pull up or necessarily want him to pull up. Don't really need him to. I'm critiquing behavior, not the actual person. Like I said, I don't know none of y'all. I don't know. I'm saying the stuff I'm saying based off of your digital image. Right? But also, I'm an actual real one in real life from the turf, Jack. So I can also say that how a person conduct themselves online is a reflection of how they conduct themselves offline. Whether that be negative or positive, it's a reflection of it, right? And I say like this, any dude who conducts himself online in the way Anton does, 9 times out of 10 in life is an actual sucker, right? And when I'm saying this stuff, and I'm going to speak for most of us who speak on things like this, man, Michon, for you to sit up there and say that we somehow hating or to give the implication that guys like myself, guys like Red, guys like Jack, or anybody speaking on this situation as if we're jealous or hating. See, that's why I say I don't get upset about stuff because that's how chicks talk. That's the type of stuff chicks say. When they get put in that hot seat, and they enter to the arena of men and the things of men and manhood, topics of discussion, and they get put in that hot seat, that fire get put to that ass, the first thing a chick gonna run to, are you hating, you jealous? Because that's what chicks do, and I'm not upset about that. I expect stuff like that. I don't expect chicks to be intellectual. I don't expect chicks to handle things critically thinking with thoughts, not emotions. I expect chicks to be emotional like how they are, like how MICHON is being in her reaction, not her response into people's perception and critique of her interview with Anton and the way she's been conducting herself concerning the situation between Anton and Court. Right? But like I said, her name is Messy MICHON. What do y'all expect? And like I said, she's a chick, man. What y'all expect? Y'all expect MICHON to be philosophical? What y'all expect MICHON to break shit down like how I do? Y'all expect MICHON to really sit up here and do her due diligence and be able to break things down very, very critically and connect dots on seemingly unrelated people, places, events, organizations, situations around the world that affect us? Y'all expect MICHON to do that for y'all? Do y'all really? Shame on y'all if y'all do. Because from what I've seen of MICHON's content, that is absolutely not what her content is about at all. Not even a little bit. Basic celebrity gossip, current event, commentary, reactionary content. Nothing too special about it, nothing too significant about it, other than the fact that you actually like MICHON's content, which 41,000 people to some degree do, allegedly, right? Or if you add the other one, damn near 60,000 people between two pages when I looked, right? Exactly, Monique. Like I say, though, man, this is, you know, I'm just keeping it 100 because, man, me being an actual proper journalist, I do my due diligence and I look at a vast array of content, but I don't pay attention to everything. Just because I look at something don't mean I'm paying attention to it, right? And like I said, I've looked at MICHON's content, and for the most part, it's, you know, celebrity gossip, current event, commentary, reactionary content. Like I said, she ain't like breaking things down. She's not, you know what I'm saying? She's not sitting up here provoking thought. She's not provoking thought or challenging people to question their own thinking and perspective about the reality we interacting with. You know, she ain't doing that. She ain't speaking on things that other people ain't speaking on. She's not doing that. Right? You know what I'm saying? She ain't making content to where actual critical thinking people, right? Actual people who have the actual ability of process of elimination, deductive reasoning, critical thinking, right? Dot connecting. She's not making that type of content. Not too many people are. Most people with large audiences are not. Case in point, Anton. Anton's not even doing that. There's very few of us actual content creators, journalists that are doing that organically, authentically, right? Natural talent, natural gifts of breaking things down from your perspective and gaining and garner an audience with that. Without controversy, without doing wild, messy celebrity gossip, just you know, content that MICHON makes. Right? And I just think it's just very telling of MICHON's actual content, you know what I'm saying, and the base thereof, if you understand what I'm saying. When she says stuff like, now that you catching some heat from your critique and covering of this content, now everybody's a hater. All right, you just sit up there and I'm gonna say this, MICHON, because I peep game. You hear me? I don't think MICHON really even likes Anton's content. I don't even think that MICHON is a supporter of Anton's content or an avid follower, watcher of his. I think MICHON seen an opportunity to gain some attention for her platform by seemingly putting on the facade as if she actually likes or supports Anton content by speaking seemingly in his favor in this situation against Corey, so she could gain some traction to her platform. That's what I think personally, MICHON. I could be wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. I could be wrong. Maybe she actually does like Anton and his content. Maybe she does. I think MICHON is smart enough to, cunning enough, clever enough to see a situation and look at it as an opportunity to grow her platform, right? Because she know that it's a lot of y'all goofy ass dudes out there that, one, listen to women and, you know, leeching onto women content, female content creators, because, you know, y'all like being led and guided by women. And she also knows that, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, actually do support Anton, right? And it seemingly appears to be in favor of Anton's side versus Corey's side. I could be wrong, MICHON. I don't know. You know, I could be dead ass wrong right now. I don't think I am, but I could be. That's just my perspective of what I think. I don't think that MICHON particularly even likes Anton's content, right? That's just my perspective. I think MICHON is just looking at an opportunity to capitalize off of the situation by going with a certain perspective, or going seemingly, you know, saying in defense of Anton, right? Because she know that a lot of us totally disagree with and don't support Anton. I'm not gonna say it's not that I don't like Anton. I don't know this dude. I don't be like y'all when saying for me to say I don't like you as an individual, as a person, I would have to know you individually and personally. So I'm not gonna say whether I like somebody or not ain't got nothing to do with me covering, critiquing content that may consist of, you know, talking about, you know, anybody who calls themselves a content creator, right? I don't have no type of feelings towards y'all in that way because I don't know y'all, right? Now, as far as the ideology, though, the mindset, that's what I don't like, right? I know guys like Anton in real life. Most of them is suckers. Now, some of these guys I actually do like. I do business with. I've been knowing them for a long time. We grew up with each other. A lot of dudes, some dudes who are like Anton, I actually don't like for certain reasons, and I don't interact or engage with them. You know? Right? And that's exactly what female content creators do, or female content creators sit around and glad hand and stroke y'all's egos, and y'all be sitting up there in their comment sections making it digitally rain on them with y'all's digitally tricked out asses. Sitting up there just making it rain on these girls because they telling y'all what y'all want to hear. They're not actually talking about anything of actual significance and importance. Not putting you up on game. They're not breaking things down from a perspective that, as a man, challenges you to question things, especially things concerning manhood and masculinity. Women aren't able to articulate things of masculinity and manhood with you or to you. So the fact that a lot of y'all dudes be flocking to these chicks' comment section, sitting up here kikiing and shishi and foo-fooing with them and making it digitally rain on them, is proven evident that the spirit of tricking is now transferring into the digital holographic spaces of YouTube and social engineering, social media. And I think that's quite sad. I say, I'm not knocking it. Look, baby girl, if these dudes want to trick on you and digitally make it rain and thunderstorm on you because you stroking their egos, telling them what they want to hear, man, hey, get your money. I ain't no hater. But in speaking on that and drawing attention to that and calling that out for what it is, that's not hating. I'm merely speaking on what, as a real one, I'm observing. So y'all gotta relax on that too. Ain't nobody hating on y'all by exposing the game. That's not hating. Because if you really on your ish about your ish, you ain't fronting about nothing, man. You keeping it 100 with they know what it is. And these dudes is so digitally tricked out that ain't stopping nothing, man. These dudes love digitally tricking on y'all. They love the idea of supporting a female non-content creator stroking their ego, man. Don't y'all know that's perceptually preparing people for the metaverse? These dudes is used to not actually dealing with y'all chicks in real life anyway. So it's a treat and a pleasure for them to get to engage and interact with y'all digitally, holographically, and they will be willing to break themselves for their currency, right, in order to have some sense of belonging or connection with a broad. These is dudes that's supporting y'all. These is the same dudes who ain't never really had real connections with broads in real life. Do y'all understand that, female? And I think female content creators, without naming any, they understand that, because y'all dudes who be digitally tricking and making it digitally thunderstorm on these broads, these chicks got dudes. They tell y'all they got husbands, boyfriends, and y'all still over there just thirsty, like with the hopes and the shots of maybe you got a chance digitally. And with the metaverse coming in, oh, you will. Oh, that's another topic for another day right there, right? You understand what I'm saying, 92 Dolo? See, I peep game, MICHON, right? But I'm not a hater for exposing the game that you running. That don't make me a hater. I'm not telling nobody to not support MICHON. If you want to support MICHON, go ahead and support her. That's just a reflection of you as a man being a guy who supports female content creators like, or should I say female non-content creators like MICHON. Right? Some of y'all dudes like to sit over there and listen to chicks gossip and she and Kiki and Fufu all goddamn day. Some of y'all dudes like that stuff. I don't get into that. I'm a man. I like to have discussion about things of significant importance with actual men and women who have the ability to critically think, connect, process elimination, deductive reasoning. That's what I get into, you know. But yeah, MICHON, man, you know, you had an opportunity to prove your unbiased journalistic skill and ability and talent and gift that you may or may not have, and you didn't do that. You fangirled out, right? You was fangirled out when Anton actually pulled up. You was shocked and surprised and a bit taken back when he pulled up. You wasn't quite ready for that. You didn't handle the interview in the way that you could, not so much to try to make Anton look bad, but to be unbiased and be a journalist and actually challenge him on his sentiment and stuff like that. But see, like I said, MICHON is a person who's trying to get financial gain from her YouTube presence, which I'm not knocking at. She's a chick. She's going to use whatever opportunity she can to get attraction and attention to her platform, which could possibly end up in some sort of financial revenue, you know what I'm saying, opportunities for her. All right? Because at the end of the day, it's all about the money, right? Not with me, it ain't. Right? If I can't gain or create a financial lucrative situation for myself by doing my content raw and uncut the way I do it, then I'm only meant to get what I'm supposed to get through this platform, because I'm not willing to sacrifice, compromise my manhood or my goal or my values for anything that got to do with 1 million subs. You're not gonna get 1 million subs on YouTube being organic, raw, and uncut. You're just not. Not in 2026. Controversy is what's pushing the algorithm now, man. Bickering, battling, division, which is needed to some degree, right? Let's go, man.
I'm the same. I say the same thing. Can you teach you to talk to me like I'm 3, like I'm 5? Because I'm not.
Don't talk to me like I'm 3 or 5. I'm 44 years young. You better talk to me like you a grown ass man and woman up in here when you pull up in this joint. Don't talk to. I'm not a C student. No, I was not a C student. I was on honor roll my entire high school career. Graduated the top in my class. I'm not saying that to brag or boast. I'm just saying I'm a grown ass man. Don't talk to me like a grown ass man, like I'm 44, not like I'm 3 or 5. We don't let 3 or 5-year-olds drive, vote, work. We don't let 3 or 5-year-olds, huh? Why would, no, don't talk to me. No, not at all. And that's a fact, man. You satisfy them, man. You ain't gotta worry about cheating, man. You gotta think about what cheating is, what we have been told to think what cheating is and such in the aspect you talking about. Yeah, but yeah, though, man, MICHON, man, this was an opportunity to display your true journalistic skills, and you did it. You displayed your non-content creating skills, which is okay, right?
The smartest. So let me just go back to, all right. So I'm watching, of course, the same night that you was on the show. I was awoken by someone that said, "Oh my God, you see what's going on?" And I was like, "Oh, get up out of the bed to do a live stream and watch all that." So I'm watching and everything, and I'm just like, all right, I see this is crazy, blah, blah, blah. We talking about it. I had seen a few weeks beforehand. I was like, oh, Anton sent $500. I was like, yeah, look at all these people. Look at all these people. So
Anton sent the $500 a while ago to MICHON.
All these people gonna be like, "Ooh, who's that with the 500? With the 500?"
Well, let me be clear. Anytime I go on the content creators platform and anytime I send money, and you can go and look at all of them, I always send $500 just because I support content creators.
Okay.
And listen, I respect that, Anton. That's respectable. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a financial situation when I can do that. And I respect the sentiment that Anton is attempting to come from with saying, I'm going to pull up in your spot, you doing your thing, I'm going to drop some money and support your content, right? But you can run that game on somebody else, man. You can run that game on somebody else, Anton. Before then, you ain't never heard of MICHON, man. Like I said, your subscribers, some of them probably tapped in with MICHON and told you about her when she started talking about this situation that she basically is on your side. So you said, let me go sit up here and go ahead and tap in and see what she got going on, what she talking about. And see who over here on her platform talking about me that may be somebody of some perceived significance based off of their freaking sub count. See the mentality that this social engineering has forced some of us to go into. See the extents and limits that we are willing to go to just to have some social engineering media, social media, YouTube popularity and goddamn it, success perceived anyway. See, the unintelligent artificial intelligence has tricked us into thinking that the way for us to come up on YouTube is to create content, not actual content of significance, importance, and value that encourages each other, empowers each other, brings us together by exposing this system for what it's trying to do to all of us collectively. Nah, it has manipulated us into thinking that we got to do controversy, graph. We got to talk about each other in disparaging ways. We got a beef, and there's a whole beef sectors on YouTube where the content is surrounded around people arguing with each other, and oh my God, man. Right? Man, that's a fact, Dan Patrick, man. And that's what this is all about right here, man.
That's not new. But I had been being reached out to for months prior to that. And I was
see, people have been telling him that, like, so MICHON's strategy worked. MICHON must have been sitting over here advocating for Anton. Like I said, I don't watch MICHON's content, so I wouldn't know, right? I've just been watching her content recently since she's been talking about this Corey thing, right? I don't know if on her content prior to this situation was she talking about things concerning Anton or not. Just for the simple fact I don't watch her content. That's not what this is about, though. Right? This is about when mods become ops. Because MICHON absolutely was a mod on Red's platform. Did she talk about Red in a disparaging way when she was talking about Anton? I don't know. You be the judge, man.
Scheduled to do a bunch of different podcasts on the West Coast because I had already talked to Corey on the phone, and I told him that I will reach out to him when I'm coming to the West Coast. So Adam 22 wound up getting sick, and so I wound up not doing no jumper, but I was still out there on the West Coast.
You mentioned that, yeah.
For like I don't know, like over a week. So what I did was,
so hold on, he was on the West Coast for a week. So the original reason you was out in Cali was not to go to Corey's show or do Corey's show. It was to go on no jumper, but as a result of Adam, I guess, being sick, you didn't go on no jumper, so you hit Corey up like, hey, I'm on the West Coast. Can I mean, whatever, man. You know? Personally, I believe Anton was sick along with TMZ on Corey. That's just my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Yeah, man. You know, the way, MICHON, you conducted this interview, like I said, it wasn't from a journalistic standpoint. It was from a fangirl standpoint, man. And when the opportunity for you to really ask some challenging questions is not telling you what you should or shouldn't have said, but just saying when the opportunity presented itself for you to show that you are a journalist and you are actually fair and unbiased and balanced. You did not do that in this interview. That's what I'm pointing out. That's what I'm talking about.
I went over to Vegas for a few. Actually, I was in San Diego. Then I flew to LA, and then I stayed over in Vegas for 3 days, and then I flew back to Los Angeles to do 5150. So that's how that played out. But the whole point was I don't want to do streaming interviews like with big platforms and stuff. I'd rather go in person because I don't like being muted. I don't like being any of that. So I'd rather go in person because I can actually, you know what I'm saying, interact with person, because I think that communication is more than just what you say. It's the body language. It's all of that.
Yeah.
And that's the fact it is.
And you said that too. So then all that happened, and then everybody's waiting for the 5150 to come on, right? Excuse me. And I watched that. Of course, we streamed all that too. And I'm for it. Like, I'm a content creator. I was part of TLA's mastermind, you know, so I got all
TLA. Yeah, TLA is
Hey, shout out to TLA, man. Right? Shout out to TLA, man. I don't agree with everything TLA say, but you know, I respect TLA in the fact that when it comes to the law, that brother actually does know what he's talking about. And I know that because as a guy who's a 3-time convicted felon in Ohio, I'm very familiar with the law. And the law is kind of similar throughout the states when it comes to criminal law. So I can sit up here and tell y'all, when this brother speaks on some of the stuff he speaks on concerning law, he actually knows what he's talking about, and he's right and exact. Now, when he get to talking about relationships and women and stuff of that nature, TLA is not the guy that I would talk to about that. But I like how he's He speaks on everything from the perspective of what he knows how to break it down from, like what I do. Like every situation and topic that he speaks on it from the perspective of a lawyer, attorney, from what the law is. Not particularly his personal feeling or perspective on it, but basically simple, legally, lawfully. And I like how TLA, he don't do it a lot, but sometimes he breaks down the difference between things being legal and lawful. And I think he did that with this situation with Corey and Anton. I don't know if he realized that or not, or if y'all realized that or not, but he actually broke down the difference between what's legal and what's lawful. And a lot of y'all don't understand that there's a difference between the two, right? So shout out to TLA, man. But MICHON said, listen, MICHON said she took TLA's class course. So like I said, she's in it to make money, and I'm not knocking that. There's nothing wrong with that, man. There's nothing wrong with you saying learning how to work algorithms to make money if that's what you want to be on YouTube for. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But understand when you do that, there's certain things you're going to have to compromise in your process of doing that. And one thing you're going to have to compromise is your authenticity, your naturality. You're going to have to compromise your masculinity, your manhood, that which is you. You're going to have to compromise that, because now you're not going to be just doing content based off of, you know, saying your actual ability to articulate that which you was trying to articulate, whatever you're talking about. Now you're doing things to get in the algorithm. Now you're doing things to sit up there and do what the unintelligent artificial intelligence wants us to do and promote and talk about in efforts to gain some financial, you know what I'm saying, your situation is going great for yourself over here. Pay attention to that. This dude was in, hey man, listen up, man. Hey man, do what you do out there, content creators, man. But if you gonna call yourself a journalist and content creator, and you gonna do this type of non-content, man, people, you can't get upset when people critique and come at your neck, man. People gonna get at your fabric like a needle and thread, and you have to possess, you understand me, you gotta possess the testicular and the ovarian fortitude as a proper journalist to handle the scrutiny. This is a result of not doing authentic content. This is a result of not being able to monitor, engage, and balance your using of graft, controversy. You understand what I'm saying? Subterfuge and all of that to gain and garner an audience. Even in doing that is a level of balance you got to have with that to keep everything neutral and unbiased, right? And that's when the difference between being a journalist, a content creator, and a non-content creator, right? A lot of people is just non-content creators, right?
Really, really well for himself. I love the lane that he's carved for himself.
Absolutely, absolutely. I always will give him props. But my issue, which everyone else is just like, oh my God. I'm like, child, did y'all not see that man bring a whole ass minor up on this on internet and say things that are inappropriate? I was like,
well, I could tell you why that is. That's not about me. Listen. I'm gonna give it to you, MICHON. Is it MICHON? I'm sorry, I want to make sure I'm pronouncing your name correctly.
It's MICHON.
MICHON, I'm sorry. Tell you what's happening, MICHON.
You can call me Messy.
All right, Messy, let me tell you what's really happening.
It's amazing.
It's not me. It has nothing to do with me. They hate A.
And this is the question you got to ask yourself right here, right? And this is speaking to MICHON's influence that she does have. I'm not saying that MICHON don't have no influence. Clearly she does, right? Anton is known for saying things like, I don't even talk or look at or watch or pay attention to a content creator if they don't have a certain amount of subs or a certain. Anton has said that, right? So he's one of these people who, if you ain't got this many likes and views and as if likes and views are a validation of the context and value of content on YouTube. As if that's what actually determines that. Right? See, like I said, I'm not a hater. Right? But I know what it takes to get sub counts on YouTube organically and naturally. And it's not something that's going to be easy, and it's not something that's going to be done quickly. Right? At all. Those days are over with, y'all. They're done. It used to be like that. It used to be like that. But now that the algorithm is changing, I dare say, some would say evolving, it ain't like that no more. Right? The unintelligent artificial intelligence is a reflection of the mind of set of society. Understand that. I told y'all it can't create, it can only mimic, copy, and duplicate. And this situation right here is a poor example of that. Because like I said, this was an opportunity for MICHON to be a proper journalist and be fair and balanced. And she wasn't. You feel me? And I don't think she ever set out to be. Right? I think she just was taking advantage of the opportunity to bring traction to her platform. And is of the mindset that, you know what I'm saying, bad publicity or negative controversy is still controversy. Controversy sells, and it does. And she took TLA's course, which I imagine helped her out in some way. and I guess it's working out for her. It's just when you go through the process of nefariously, because it's nefarious, getting subs and getting attention and traction to your YouTube page and platform by doing the necessary things that the unintelligent artificial intelligence wants you to do algorithmically, because you can do that, right? In exchange for doing that, you're going to have to give up authenticity. Do you understand that? You're going to have to tiptoe. You're going to have to go and, you're going to have to do certain things that you probably normally wouldn't do or necessarily agree with just to get some traction. I don't even believe that MICHON even agrees with Anton's views on a lot of things. I'm not saying she don't agree with some. I'm saying as a whole, that's just me. I just don't think so. Right? But then again, there's ways that I can see that she do. Right? The things that they do agree on or seemingly have the same type of views for represent a certain mindset. So like I say, man, when you get in YouTube fame, it only enhances that which is already there. And if you is a greedy, degenerate, money-hungry POS, getting popularity on YouTube is going to only enhance that. It's going to amplify that, and you will be willing to do anything to increase that. Especially once you get a little taste of a YouTube check coming in that is lucrative. You get $1,000+ YouTube check coming in, you know what I'm talking about? You start to try to figure out ways on how you can increase that. And when you do, you're going to find that it's going to lead more and more farther away from doing your original. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's the new record industry. It's the new music industry. Now everybody's a content creator. No, everybody is a non-content creator trying to actually create actual content. Right? And that's where the unintelligent artificial intelligence come in, muddying those waters between content and non-content. Now, non-content is a word and a term that I came up with, right? And when I'm talking about non-content, I'm talking about content that doesn't provoke thought, content that doesn't speak on things of actual significant importance, right? Like the things that I myself and a couple other actual content creators talk about and discuss, right? Hold on, what Monique say? Monique said, if I had a content, it would teach women how to have class and to keep man, husband happy. I wouldn't get into relationship problems. I can dig it. You should do that then, Monique, man. You should do that. All right? Ain't nothing wrong with that.
It's several different things. The first thing is that they hate what I represent because I'm the person that wasn't supposed to make it because I'm not the thug. I don't have any broken family.
See, here you go with all that sucker stuff right there. See, you don't have to be no thug. See, this lets you know that Anton always envied the guys like myself. He wanted to be a street nigga. He wanted to be a D-boy for some odd reason. And and when I say odd, I say odd because if you're coming from the background that allegedly Anton comes from, why would you want to be, as a guy who comes from the hood, the streets, and live that lifestyle? If I was growing up in the way that Anton allegedly had, that's the last thing that I would be wanting to try to be like or associated or aligned with. And you can tell by the way Anton carried himself, man. He wear the Coogee sweaters. He wanted to be like them dope boys, you know what I'm saying? Big BMF, you know what I'm talking about? Young Boy Incorporated, all the popular world famous D-boys and street ninjas from up out of that Detroit. You think Anton ain't want to be like the hood dudes when he was coming up, man? Corny ass, goofy ass boy growing up in the suburbs. Not having no motion with chicks because he was a corny, goofy ass dude who grew up around, you know, the suburban lifestyle he did because his parents made great decisions for their lives and allowed him a lifestyle to where he didn't have to grow up like how most of us black folks did. And ain't nothing wrong with that, Anton. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know how some of us who grew up in the hood wish we could have grew up in the way that you probably did more than likely? Notice how us real ones from the hood, we don't glorify that ish. Only dudes who still stuck in that mind frame and think that's the only way they can now come to YouTube and make a financial situation for themselves very lucrative is to talk about and perpetuate that mindset. You know what I'm saying? Anton is he one of us as far as he FBA, but he ain't like us. He wasn't raised like how we was raised or come from where we come from. He don't know nothing about Section 8. He don't know nothing about going to the food pantry, man, free lunch. He don't know nothing about selling dope, coming up in the dope boy area. He don't know nothing about that. And I'm not parading that. I'm not championing that. I'm not saying that is something you have to experience to be successful or to make you a man or make you cool. It's a lot of goofy dudes who grew up like that. I know. I grew up with them, and I was unfortunately locked up with a lot of them. Everybody that grew up in the hood in the streets ain't real, ain't thorough, ain't solid, ain't 100. It's a lot of goofy, lame ass, cornball, son, F-boy ninjas that's in the streets, man. I said, just because you a street ninja don't mean you a real ninja or a grown man. Don't get it twisted. And you can tell the way Anton carried himself that he envied that. He wanted to be a hood dude. He wear the cool G's, he wear the Versace robe, he wear the glasses, he wear the buffs, like how the D-boy street boys do in the D. Come on, man. I'm from the streets, man. I know hella Detroit dudes, man. I know hella Detroit street ninjas, a lot of whom have made themselves very successful and changed their lives over the years, man. A lot of guys are still out here in the streets doing their thing. Most of the guys from Detroit that you will talk to ain't never heard of this guy, Anton Daniels, with 1 million subs. But you want to know who people from Detroit have heard of? You want to know who people from Detroit have heard of? People from Detroit know who this guy is more than they know who Anton is. You know? Let me pull my brethren up. This dude got more pull and juice in Detroit, and he ain't got nowhere near as many subs as Anton. Anton, my man Bodie James. Bodie James is more popular and known in Detroit than Anton is, and he got significantly less subscribers than Anton. And if we're going to talk about bread, you know, I don't be pocket watching, but, you know, Bodie is very financially stable from, you know, from what he's doing with his YouTube situation and things outside of YouTube. A real dude from Detroit. I bet you Bodie probably don't even know who Anton is. Let's go, man.
I don't have any scandals. I've never been to jail, any of that. So when I say that this ain't what we supposed to be, we supposed to be different from that, it makes people upset because I'm not a part of the go along, get along gang. That's number one.
No, I don't. It makes the people upset, Anton, because you sit up here and be moral finger wagging at people, but your lifestyle is not an example of what you talk about. And this is what be wrong with a lot of y'all non-content creating people who actually get the ability to gain an audience for yourself. Now, whether it's by buying subs, whether it's inorganically, whether you take these courses to figure out how to work algorithms and all that stuff, and have to be resorting to not doing your natural original content, and now you got to get into, you know, certain types of conversations just to push algorithms and stuff like that for money. You know what I'm talking about? That's a whole different situation, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be from the streets, be no dope boy, be no thug, be no gangster, be from the hood or none of that stuff to have influence or, you know, to talk about anything of importance or significance. But it's one thing to sit up here and say that about the culture or whatever, but you emulate the very thing that you talk about. You talk like, you dress like a D-boy. You want to live a lifestyle of a street dude with multiple women. You a married dude running around with saying you got bad bras with you, man. That's not what stand-up men who are married and about family and all of that stuff and God, that's not what they do. So what I'm saying is you can't expect to not get pushed back when your actual life is not a reflection of what you talk about online, and that is what is making you famous. You're famous for what you talk about online, not how you live your life in real actual life. Do y'all understand that? And that's what people are just talking about when they talk about your ass, Anton. I'm not saying that it's not. I'm pretty sure there are some people who are jealous of Anton, but when it comes to people like me, when it comes to people like my brother Red, and I think I can speak for my brother Red, man, we ain't jealous at all. My brother Red got his own motion going on. I have my own motion going on. You feel me? One thing for sure, two things for certain. Ain't nobody like myself jealous of no dude who allow a dude to sex play him on his platform. Ain't no way in hell I'm jealous of a dude doing that. It's not possible for me to be jealous of that in any shape, form, or fashion. Right? And being a hater or being called jealous is corny and lame to say when somebody is basically just critiquing this guy. See, a lot of people think that they are beyond reproach when they reach a certain level of sub counts and stuff on YouTube. See, this is what the unintelligent artificial intelligence has tricked y'all into thinking and believing, man. And look what y'all be willing up to give in exchange for it, right? I'm not willing to do that. MICHON and ANTON are, right? I'm not knocking that, but you know, I'm not going to. I'm going to definitely talk about that and expose that part of it, which means more than likely people like MICHON and ANTON, they're not genuine in what they're talking about. Maybe their original message might have been at one point, but when it became about money, subs, views, and shares and likes, that's when the originality is gone. That's when the authenticity dies. Now you're working for YouTube. Talking about some you ain't got no boss. Now your boss is the unintelligent artificial intelligence. Now your boss is the algorithms and everything you must do to stay within it and to perpetuate through it in order to get enough AdSense revenue to make some money, which means you're compromised, which means you're controlled by the unintelligent artificial intelligence versus doing organic content and people just naturally tapping in with you because they like what you're doing and the audience that you naturally organically gain, however number that is, whatever sub count that is, you get that. It's just figuring out how to monetize that. And that's where your true business savvy comes in. Because 9 times out of 10, if you're a businessman in real life on the streets and you handle stuff on your stuff, you can monetize 2,000 sub count and make that lucrative for you if you are an actual businessman or businesswoman. You won't have to resort yourself to algorithm foolery like some of these people do, like ANTON and MICHON is doing.
But let me tell you why they attack my wife and my daughter. They don't like dark-skinned black women.
That's not why they attacked your wife and your daughter, ANTON. That's not why Corey attacked your daughter. Corey attacked your daughter because you said all that tough guy stuff talking about it. He said, oh, this dude want to talk tough, talking about something, he going to kick my butt. He would have kicked my ass and all of that. Nah, I'm going to hit him where it hurt. I'm going to get very disrespectful, right? And get to the level that maybe you're not willing to go. And as we see, you ain't willing to go no further because you're talking about suing. Now, am I saying I agree with Corey for bringing up your daughter? No, I don't agree with that, but it's fair game, right? When you're a public person, you make your non-public family public, right? Now, lawfully, that's not true, but legally, it is and it ain't to an extent, right? And that's what TLA was talking about. But nobody talked about your wife and daughter because they dark skinned. Corey talked about your wife and your daughter to hit below the belt, to be disrespectful. Because you talking tough online, going on this whole social engineering media talk tour. You understand what I'm saying? Talking about how you just G-check Corey, how you hold him out, how you called him out for the fade and he turned down the fade and you chunked him off and he soft and his hands were shaking and you would have kicked his ass and all that stuff. When none of us real ones in a million years believe that. Regardless of how we may or may not feel about Corey. None of us real ones thought that you chunked Corey off. None of us thought Corey was scared. None of us thought that you won. None of us thought that you got the props. None of us thought you got the juice from that. We looking at you like you more cornier than we actually thought or perceived you to be. Right? That's my thing. Corey's a comedian. He's going to go below the belt. He's going to talk about your mama, the dozens, your daughter, your wife. When you put your wife and your daughter on camera, man, you make them food. Now, is it a legal, lawful situation for somebody to do so? That could be argued, man. But you as a public figure, when you get on this damn platform, this YouTube, this social media engine, you talk heavy, and you make the mistake of making your very private life public by posting, sharing, talking about, including within your content, your wife, your family, your children. You have now made them subject to scrutiny. Now, whether that scrutiny be lawful or legal, that's another topic. That's another situation. But nonetheless, you have made them fair game, right? And when you sit up here talking crazy like how you talking to a comedian like Corey, there's no below the belt he can go. And when we start saying that there's a threshold for people like Corey, that says there's a threshold for the rest of us, right? Now, mind you, Corey didn't say anything, I think personally, that was, you know, like disparaging or disrespectful to the point where it's like, oh, Corey, like, my word, like, nah, I mean, it's a little distasteful. You know, like I said, I wouldn't have said nothing about the man's daughter, but I'm not Corey. I'm not a comedian. Nor would I go around social engineering trying to clout chase by putting on the persona or the perception that I somehow G-checked this dude on this platform. And now I'm going on this social media tour to try to disparage, destroy his image as if I'm somehow employed by the powers that be to go after this dude, which I think that's what happened with Anton. And now you got MICHON here who's capitalizing off of that. It's just crabs in the barrel. It's the digital version of the crab in the barrel syndrome. You feel me? Like I say, people that tap in with me is people that I actually know in real life. This is my brother Yellow D. This is my family, man. I know this brother for the better part of 30 years, man. You hear me? Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna drop the link for y'all, man. Anybody want to come up, I'm gonna drop the link. I'm about to get to when she brought up my brother Red here in a second.
I believe that. I believe that. We definitely have a
telling you the honest to God. Now, listen. My wife is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Like in real life. Mm-hmm. Anybody that has ever met her, 1,000 people didn't met her at all of my Patreon meetups.
1,000 people have met his wife at Patreon meetups, whatever. See, this is what I'm saying, Anton. You can't make. See, that's why I say y'all got to know the difference between legally and lawfully. But inadvertently, right, you make your wife a public figure when you become a public figure. When you make yourself a public figure and you don't keep your private life private, you now make you out here parading your wife around at events and stuff like that are based off of the fame and popularity you getting from your social media career as an influencer content creator. Your wife is now up for public scrutiny. You putting your daughter out there, your water is now up there for public scrutiny. Now, is it legal, lawful situation for me to talk about her in a certain way? That could be argued, right? That could be argued. That could possibly be a litigation situation. I'm not saying it's not, right? But I'm just saying for the sake of conversation, man, when real ones is tapping in, when you make yourself, that'd be like me getting upset. My daughter don't know nothing of. My daughter knows that I'm a content creator. She knows that I'm somewhat of a public figure, especially in my city. I do a lot of stuff around my city. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, my you know, I mean, people know, but I don't, like anybody that would say anything disparaging about me, even if they said something disparaging about my daughter, she wouldn't know about it. You want to know why? For one, my daughter's not on social media. She interacts. My daughter don't even like social media. She ain't got TikTok. She had it, got rid of it. She don't got Facebook. She don't got Instagram. She has a YouTube account. And my daughter don't even like social media. You hear me? So my daughter specifically wouldn't hear about it. So she wouldn't be affected by any controversy concerning me evolved around somebody saying something about her. And plus, my skin is thick. It wouldn't matter, right? But if it got to a situation to where something concerning me online transferred offline and she was affected by that, then I would have handled that according to necessarily needed to handle it per the situation, right? But I don't think about, because I do a good job of protecting my daughter, right? I think, right? I don't think Anton did a good job of protecting, because you know, his views is so controversial, and now he's made himself a public figure going on Fox News, being a Fox News correspondent and whatnot. Bruh, you can't be upset when your daughter catch fire. very mild, moderate fire at that. It ain't like Corey said some very, it ain't like it's like, Corey, I can't believe Corey said that. Nah, it ain't like that. Come on, man.
They all say she's nice. Very nice.
She's
very
the nicest person in the world. She's absolutely gorgeous. Like slim and the waist, the sweetest person ever, all of that. But again,
this is amazing.
I'm telling you that dark-skinned Black women, and it even goes as far as my daughter. Think about it. Do you know how much of a piece of shit you have to be in order to attack an underage child?
Okay, so let's just stop right there. And this is where the hypocrisy comes in at. Right? This is where the hypocrisy comes in at, y'all. Anton, I ain't even going to show the video. Y'all could go to Anton's platform, and there's numerous videos of him on panels having a discussion where he's just saying the most disparaging things about Black women and their children, calling them dusty, dirty, bad, uncontrollable, all of this crazy stuff, man. You know, and that's what I'm saying. The fact that MICHON, you didn't say, whoa, hold on, Anton. You done said some pretty crazy things about people's kids on panels and platforms before, bro. What you talking about? This is what I'm saying, MICHON. You didn't do any of that. You didn't display your journalistic skill and ability. You fangirled out. You was happy that Anton million+ subscriber content creator, ooh, big five. You was just happy he was on your damn show. I don't even think you particularly like or even agree with his mentality all the way. That could be argued, but that's just me. Like, I mean, I can recall seeing some of them Lapeep joints where Anton was saying crazy stuff about Black women, calling y'all, can say, I can't stand you hoes. You talking about Black women, specifically and particularly dark-skinned Black women. I can't stand you hoes. You hoes get on my nerve. I was looking at him like, damn, he emotional right now. Ain't you married, bruh? You a married man. Why the hoes making you upset like that, man? Y'all ever see, I can't remember, man. It was something I seen. Anton was just salty, man, about, I can't remember what it was. I think it was with the brick lady or something like that. I can't stand you hoes, man. Y'all hoes, man. I was like, damn, what the bras that sit up there did to do, man. He was mad, you know? Oh, but now since somebody talking about your wife and your daughter, now you can't see. It had to be a pretty sick person to do it. Man, come on. See, this level of hypocrisy is why people was talking crazy about you, MICHON. You fangirled out, man. You didn't hold this dude account. You ain't say, well, hold up, man. Right? And I'm not saying what you should have said, but I'm saying as a journalist, being fair and unbiased and balanced, that was an opportunity to be like, hold on, man. Anton, there's been times when you, as a content creator, you done sat up there and said some very crazy things concerning Black women and their children. So what's up with that? Right? Tell me what's up with you, baby girl. Tapping in, right? I'm trying to speed it to the part where she said something about my homie Red, man.
Like that, like that's the lowest of the low.
Mm-hmm.
I'm keeping it 100. Like that is the lowest of the low
that you actually
that you can never be,
bro. Come on, man.
But that's the spaces that we live in. It's no rules, which is a good and a bad thing, right? The no rules is you get to see who people truly are, because I think that the internet is really the reflection of how people really think, but they would never really think it in person.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, and that's true. That is absolutely a fact. That is a fact. Half of y'all dudes, and especially y'all dudes, I'm gonna address the dudes because I really don't care what chicks do, to be honest with you. I mean, I talk about the stuff I talk about in the actual life. I don't really care because I know it really don't matter for real, in the grand scheme of things. Right? But yeah, man, you know, let's get to the video, man.
Like they would never say that in person.
Yeah, but like I was, most of y'all guys, this like Anton talking the stuff he talked, Anton wouldn't dare talk to any other guy in their face like how he did Corey with a bodyguard with cameras and other people in the room. One-on-one, Anton would probably look like or act like he don't even see you if you was to acknowledge him from out in the street somewhere, especially if you pull tight on him. Like if Anton was to be out somewhere and a guy pulled tight on him concerning his content online, he talk about, like say the things, disparaging things he says in regards to our FBA culture. If a dude, one of us wild ass FBA ninjas pull tight on Anton wherever he may be, he ain't gonna be on that. He ain't like that. He ain't about that. Anton going straight curve up on you like a little scary ass, soft ass pit bull that don't want to fight. Anton ain't like that, man. He ain't from the turf, man. He a black person, but he FBA, but he ain't from the turf.
You know what I'm saying? Like they'll never.
Anton is speaking about himself when he speaks about the thing, so he's doing a form of projecting for real.
Say, oh, you a stupid, whatever, so on and so forth. But they don't like dark-skinned black women, which is really weird to me because if everybody is so pro-black, right? Fuck what we say on the internet. I always go by what we do. If everybody is so pro-black, then wouldn't that mean we would marry black women? Wouldn't that mean?
So, and listen here, man, and this is the hypocrisy, man. If this dude is off about dark-skinned black women, right, why is he not parading his dark-skinned, beautiful black wife around like how he is this Latina, pretty light-skinned girl, Mika? How come his wife wasn't up there on 5150 with him? How come his wife wasn't with him at that basketball game, what it looked like in the picture that people been using for a thumbnail? Huh? That's what I'm saying. This level of hypocrisy, man, and this is what people talk about, MICHON. You didn't say that. It's not that you should have said it. It's that you didn't say it, which means that, that's a reflection of your journalistic skill and ability. Are you a content creator or are you a clout chaser? Are you a non-content creator? Because a person who's an actual journalist, content creator would be like, well, hold on, Anton. You say you're an advocate for dark-skinned women. You married a dark-skinned woman, but you didn't have your wife with you. How come your wife wasn't with you on Corey's platform then? Why did you have that girl Mika with you? Right? I mean, I done seen his wife go on platforms discussing him, talking about how he has multiple personalities and he's an emotional person and all of that. Right?
Mean that we wouldn't have children out of wedlock? Wouldn't that mean that we would hire all black people? Wouldn't that mean that we would stay in black cities? Wouldn't that mean that we would put money in our communities?
Hypocrisy.
Wouldn't that mean that you wouldn't be married to a non-black person? Shout out to Don Lemon.
So I don't believe people because their life is not a reflection of what they say that they are.
And I said, this level of hypocrisy is what us real ones got to keep calling out. Anton, your real life is so far beyond. It's such the opposite of your actual life, bro. You hear me? It's such the opposite of your actual life. The fact that you sitting up here having this conversation with MICHON, and MICHON, this is why you catch the smoke. The fact that you didn't call any of this out. You didn't call none of this hypocrisy out, MICHON. Now, that's a reflection of one or two things, maybe a combination of the two. One, either you didn't do your due diligence on Anton and you don't know that his life is a complete opposite of his actual life. The stuff he portrays, the lifestyles and image he portrays online is completely different from his actual life. Either you didn't do your due diligence and don't know that, which is a display of your non-journalistic skill and ability, right? Or you do know that and you ignore that and you just was happy to have him on your platform because he's a large content creator with 1 million+ sub who could possibly, potentially bring some traction by being on your platform due to you talking about him in this situation with Corey. Like, Rashawn, come on, man. Right? You got to expect to catch flack, and you got to be able to handle the flack when you catch it, man. Handle it with finesse and grace. And you're not doing that, right? And that's why you're catching so much heat from this situation, right? With Anton and Corey that you talking about, because, you know, you're not doing it from a non-biased perspective. It's very biased, right? It gives the perception that you're taking the side of Anton, right? Which is okay to do. If you want to choose a side, you can choose. I mean, you know, that's your choice to do. But understand that in this situation, taking Anton's side is taking the wrong side. It's not the right side. And as much as some of y'all hate to hear and don't want to accept or believe, taking Corey's side is actually taking the right side. Because you got to understand what this situation is actually about. And when you understand who Anton Fleece Daniels actually is with his agent provocateur, rabble-rousing ass, right? Non-charismatic, non-magnetic dude that he is, gameless, goofy Gilligan. I'm talking about 2 left shoes, cornball, son, dude that he is. Oh, wannabe player, forever lame, life cornball since he was about this high, never got chose by the broad, never had his way with broads, corny, goofy ass, suburban ass Negro, raised by uppity black folks' parents like he's somehow better than us, grew up around the white tea folks and all other folks and all of that. Huh? Don't know nothing about free lunch, don't know nothing about charity newsy, none of that. Huh? Getting smacked upside his head when he actually do go visit his cousins in the hood at grandma's house. You hear me? Cornball, man. I would even say undercover fun boy, right? And the way that you've been talking about this thing with Fleece, man, his interview with Fleece totally discredit him as a man, right? Which also gives validation to his agent provocateur, rabble rouser, as that he is now is being a Fox News correspondent, being an employed influencer of Google Alphabet YouTube. Or should I say YouTube Google Alphabet? Talk about some he ain't got no boss. He ain't got no boss. Nigga, who you fooling? We all got a boss. And if you're on YouTube as a content creator, you absolutely have a boss. Their names are Sergey Brin, Larry Page, and Susan Wojcicki. That's who your bosses is. And all the other corporations and companies that they're in business with that share your content and put ads on it to get you some money on here. So talking about some you ain't got no boss, that's very, very distant. I ain't gonna say disingenuous. That's just not true. And that's the thing, Yellow D. Now we haters for calling it out and speaking on it. I'm a hater because I only got like 1,200 subs and I'm trying to grow my. I don't talk about nothing that I ain't been talking about. People who actually know me in real life know this. Right? Let's go, y'all.
I don't believe him.
And we don't believe you, Anton. Your life, your actual life is such the opposite of how your image you portray online bruh, quit playing.
I'm with you. I hear you.
Knock it off.
And I also believe that we all don't have to think the same, believe the same stuff. But I feel like there's a cult kind of that says that if you don't do what I say or you don't believe what I believe, then there's something wrong with you. We're
the most cultish people ever.
And especially politically, Anton, because I really think that that's probably even more so one of the main things that's a problem. Because even people say that to me, because I won't necessarily, I don't even know really the reason why, but because I won't say like who I voted for or stuff like that. It's like,
oh, but see, I will say it,
right,
because I don't give a fuck, and I think that we need the problem with the culture, because I see the name of this show, right? Is it would seem as though everybody hates me, but that's not true. What is?
Nah, everybody don't hate you, man. Everybody don't hate Anton. There's a lot of people is giving you some scrutiny, man. You a public figure now, man. You catching that heat, you catching that scrutiny. Everybody ain't going to agree with you. And you should be prepared for that. And that's all it is. Nobody's hating. Nobody's jealous. It's called critique. Right? Now, if you is afraid of scrutiny, man, you need to get your ass off of social engineering, man, and keep your private life private. Let's go.
It's always been true in high school, middle school, elementary school, college, and in social media today, is the small minority is the loudest ones in the room. True. So because, for example, there's a ton of awesome Black people. There's a ton of people that's reached out to me. Some of the biggest celebrities, like, man, I love what you're doing. I got your back, whatever.
The celebrity, see, this is what I'm saying, man. Celebrities don't represent the overwhelmingly majority of us, man. And this is what I'm saying about this dude, Anton, and this is the stuff why people calling you out, MICHON. Because as a journalist, you would think as a journalist, the first thing you would have thought from when Anton said that was, well, hold on, Anton, you talking about celebrities and stuff. Celebrities aren't regular people. They aren't average people. They're not like the rest of us. So this lets you know that Anton don't consider himself an average person. He think he's a celebrity. He think he's up in that echelon. It could be argued if he is or if he isn't, right? So this is what I'm saying, man. Celebrities don't represent the majority of us. They just don't. You want to know who represents the majority of us? Me, you. I would even say MICHON, Red, Mr. O, right? Rest in the essence, my man Sinful, right? We the type of content creators that represent the majority of us. Anton don't represent the majority of us. Yeah, Tammy. We can throw Tammy in there too. Anton don't represent us. He one of us, but he ain't like us, especially us men. Not one man I know who's a man would actually ever have that conversation that he had with Fleece. And for y'all chicks to sit up here like MICHON, you've been doing, trying to downplay that, like that doesn't mean anything, like that is not of significance or importance. Or even I heard you say on one of your platforms, one of your shows, MICHON, that the reason why we talking about the thing with Fleece and Anton because we jealous because we didn't get an interview with Fleece. Because we want to, like the logic that I'm like, MICHON, man, I would like to think that you're more intelligent than that. And I don't assume that people are stupid. So like I say, it's only could possibly being done to get traction to the channel for YouTube revenue, man. And look at what you will be resorted to have to do just to get attention to your page so you can make some money. You got to talk about stuff you don't even believe in. I'm not naive enough or disgruntled enough by my brother Red moderator MICHON teaming up with now supposedly allegedly perceived by some op Anton, right? I'm not that naive, man. You feel me? That's just me, right? I don't think MICHON is stupid. I don't think that she really thinks nothing. I know MICHON know good damn hell well she wouldn't be entertaining no man seriously that allow a man to sex play him like how Fleece did Anton. No, I don't believe that. I don't accept that. I don't believe that at all, MICHON. I don't believe that you really think that that's cool, that's okay, that's not a significance. You wouldn't dare deal with no dude that allow another man to sex play him. You know that ain't right. You know that's some lame, soft, unmanly-ish. You know you wouldn't respect no man actual in real life that allow a man to tell him he think he cute, he got a nice butt, and if they was in jail, he basically would have sex with him. MICHON, I'm not that naive. And this is the thing I'm talking about with MICHON. Because my experience that I do have with MICHON, I know she's not dumb. Right? MICHON, you ain't fooling me. I'm too ganged up for that. I don't think you're stupid. I don't think you actually believe that Anton ain't a sucker for letting Feast sex play him. Ain't no way you don't think that. And if you do, then that just lets you know that the mindset of some females, they accept homosexuality to an extent. They're advocates of it. Matter of fact, Black women advocate for fun boy LGBTQ LMNOP barbecue committee agenda shit, this stuff, than more than anybody. So this is the reason why I'm saying the stuff I'm saying, and the reason why I'm speaking on it the way I am. I want to get to the part to where she said something about my brother.
So right? But everybody stays quiet, right? Mm-hmm. Because
and I can see that as being very confident, and there's nothing
about these niggas. I don't respect niggas because have baby mamas. You don't have to have smut, right? You can actually be authentically you.
Mm-hmm.
Or Anton, you're not authentically being yourself. Or is he?
And you gonna find your groove, you'll find your audience. Everybody is looking to come up and trying to get clout and all of this shit. I don't worry about that. I say exactly what I mean, and I mean what I say. Mm-hmm. And it's gonna work out exactly how it's supposed to. And I'm gonna win every time. I've been winning my entire life. I'm never going to lose, ever.
I can see that as being very confident, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I just think that I think the Republican stuff and the conservative stuff is just something at this point, especially in this current climate, that pushes people over the edge as well to say that you're not really Black and how dare you and Trump is a racist, because I get those comments all the time. And I'm just trying to.
Most of these motherfuckers they can't even read past the 3rd grade level. Let them.
And see, that's what I'm saying, man. And this is also how you don't get the support. It's one thing to critique the Black community, I guess what you want to call it, but then sit here and say this type of inflammatory, deplorable, disparaging things is different, man. And then don't do the same to anybody else. It's just wow, man. And it make certain people feel a certain type of way. You have to understand and know that. You feel me? Yeah, Yellow D, this dude let Fleece Johnson tell him that he was cute. Fleece Johnson sit up there and told this man he had a nice body, a nice booty. He said, Yellow D, have you seen that interview when Anton interviewed Fleece Daniels? Fleece Daniels said, you wouldn't talk to me? Fleece Daniels told Anton, if we was in jail, I would talk to you. Basically telling you, Anton, we was in a joint, I would clap your cheeks, pause. Told that man he was cute. Told that man that his eyes is his favorite eye color. He got a nice body and a nice booty. MICHON, ain't no way in hell is MICHON going to convince me that she actually don't think that makes, that she MICHON, I'm not convinced, man. Ain't no way you looking at Anton like he is not a sucker. Come on, man. Come on, man. I don't believe that, MICHON. I don't believe that at all. Unless you was raised by suckers, unless the men in your family are suckers.
Stand them up and tell them to read a book and see what happens.
You said, I think on the show, what did you say? You said something.
Oh, I want it to burn. I want it to burn to the ground in every way, shape, or form. All of the degenerate shit that we have seen and that the greater and
Hi, Jimmy Pays here with Bitrix 24, a free CRM.
Better next year than you are the year before. And so that's reason.
I have seen that.
I don't have to cross over. White people adore me.
White people adore you.
Yeah, so everybody love me.
White people don't adore you, man. You had on the damn glizzy costume trying to pay them to get your hugs, and they was not rocking with you, bro. And the white people that support you, they only support your platform because you say disparaging things about us.
The biggest hate that you ever gonna get, and I ain't even talking about, hey, I want to take an equity stake about women like that. That's low. That you just like them instead of standing on your own as a man and being able to assess the situation. And listen. If you need to ever get in touch with me, I mean, I don't know if you want to. Like, it's different to say, man, this is how I feel about kids or
males. That's why you got they wanted everyone to be like Dougie.
Serious. I didn't take it as serious in the beginning, but
you and Kwame.
Oh, here we go.
Just think
listen, I'm not the typical black guy. I'm not that.
Are you black, Anton? That's the other question. Are you black?
Well, I just showed my father's and my grandfather's birth certificates from Dawson, Georgia. It's on there. And I've never said anything negative about O'Shea. I think that O'Shea felt, want me to be honest with you? I can only speculate because I haven't spoken with him.
Okay.
I think that O'Shea felt some type of way when I became friends with
amazing.
Myron and Fresh and Fit. When I did Myron and Fresh and Fit, and I went on there and I apologized to Myron and Fresh because I had jumped into something that I wasn't supposed to, and it had nothing to do with me, and I had assumed and took a side simply because my homies and all of them was taking a side. I was wrong about that. And so the first thing that I did was I apologized on air. And I said, you know what? I'm going to start evaluating people based off of how I interact with them, not based off of what the narrative is spent about them on the internet. So it seems like the minute that I got cool with Myron, O'Shea just, you know, he did what he did. But I don't take it personal because this is the internet.
Right.
I don't take it personal. Like, I'm not going to come after him or anything like that because as long as people keep it on me, I'm cool with that. Because I'm a content creator and this is what comes along with it. And so I don't take it personal when people come after me. The only time that, if it's not like real between me and you, the only time that I feel some type of way about it and then now I have to take it personal is when, you know, when people come after my people. And then then I.
But that's crazy, Anton, because you talk about other people's people though, bruh.
Then I go dark.
Understood. So
because why would I complain about free publicity?
I know.
I love this shit.
What's wrong with what's going on with you and O'Shea? What's the problem? You think?
It's not all of this obvious.
I know. But for the people in the cheap seats, just I like when I'm proven to be correct.
That is a standard by which we're supposed to raise our daughter. None of
trying to get to
flunk out and get bad grades. He's the dummy. And I've never said anything negative. I'm not going to mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. I don't care about it. It's trying to hold on to what they got.
Did you get Red's channel?
Who?
Red Supreme, his channel.
I went right through it.
Red Supreme TV.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When you've been doing it for over 5-6 years and you less than a certain level, I don't even pay attention to this shit.
Okay.
So and that's where I wanted to address right there, right? And this is where Anton proved that he's a sucker, right? And this is where MICHON proved that, you know what I'm saying, she was fangirling out, right? Anton is a sucker because he acting like he don't know who the homie Red is. Like he don't know, like he's not familiar with who Red. She knew it. Anton, this is what I'm saying. This is the stuff I say about guys like Anton. Sucker ass ish, right? Bro, you know who Red is, man. You absolutely know who he is. His page got flagged as a result of content he did concerning you, right? He knows who Red is. He's done a whole video where he had to get all Hennessy'd up just to talk about something that when Red called him out on this fleece stuff. Huh? He had to get all Hennessy'd up just to go live and address what Red was talking about when he started blazing him about this interview with Fleece. Right? When did he say that? He said that to Form Pretty Boy? I don't remember hearing that. That's wild. That's wild. Said he pulled title on Red in LA. I don't believe that. Red would have told me about that. Red would have absolutely called me on the phone and told me about that if that actually happened. Anton, you lying too? So now you don't know who Red is, huh? See, that's the stuff I be talking about, man. Right? And my hope, you know, MICHON used to be a mod on Red's platform, man. You know, MICHON used to be over there. I ain't gonna say she was giving a praise and worship service for Red because she wasn't. I would be lying if I put on like that. But there have been plenty of times where MICHON was a regular over there on my brother Red's platform. That's how I am familiar with her. And that's the reason why I subscribe to her page, simply because I seen that she seemed like she was a supporter of real ones. Right? Now, have I seen content prior to when Red started going in on MICHON about her saying disparaging, crazy stuff about Red? No. Like I said, I don't watch MICHON's content, so I wouldn't know that unless one of y'all pointed it out to me, right? But what I do know is that ever since I'm trying to figure out, I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna figure out, but when she brought up Red's name, do I think she was doing so in the context or the mind frame of putting a perspective that she somehow disagreed with or was in any way negative or as far as like concerning Red? No, I don't think so. That's just me, right? But I understand why Red said something to her because she's sitting here asking him all these questions, basically interviewing. She's saying stuff about all the homies like O'Shea and stuff about Kwame and all that type of stuff. And, you know, but she ain't really putting the fire to this dude Anton's ass, asking him some real challenging questions because he's more fanned out that he's on her platform. I understand why, because when I'm sitting here watching this exchange, I'm like, whoa, MICHON, hold on, man. You didn't do the interview right. It's like you did it from a fangirl, which is cool, but you can't expect to be respected as a journalist, content creator if you get in the face of a person like Anton and fangirl out versus challenging him and being fair and unbalanced and unbiased. Right? You feel me? He said he pulled up on Jack. Oh, yeah. Oh, I ain't seen none of that. I ain't seen none of them videos. Oh, he said he would come to LA, that he'd be out there all the time so he can pull up. The same video he says he already put up on Jack. Okay. See, we over here, we ain't got no problem with correcting ourselves if we wrong, man. Right? So when I was watching this and I watched when she brought up Red, I don't think was she being condescending? I mean, it could be argued, I guess, you know.
And I don't really talk to niggas that been to jail.
And then he said he don't talk to niggas that been in jail. How you know Red been in jail if you don't know who he is? How would you know that about Red? Are you assuming that about him? Or do you know that about him because you tapped in with his platform and you heard him speak on it before? See, that's what I'm saying. This is more reason why I say sucker ass, non-content creating ass niggas like Anton with his undercover fun boy ass need to be exposed. And we need to roast and blaze they asses every trip. And ain't nobody jealous or hating because they doing it because it's the right thing to do. So don't no young boys think that this is the way you conduct yourself as a man. This dude ain't no man. He don't represent manhood. He's a sucker. Ain't no man gonna ever allow no other grown man tell him he cute, he got a nice body and a nice butt. And I've been to prison before. And I'm telling you right now, that is career-ending stuff, man. Let it be known that you let somebody sex play you and you got the nerve to be talking heavy. There's going to be some people that's going to come see you. Yeah, that's all she went in. That's what I'm saying. That's why I say I don't feel no type of way about it, though, Moni. Like, she was just, she's messy, MICHON. She's a chick. That's what broads do, man. You can't get mad at a broad for doing what broads do. That's what they do, right? But in doing that, MICHON, you got to be willing to accept whatever smoke come behind that, right? And I don't think MICHON is stupid, so I'm not going to assume that she feels any type of way about Red because I don't know, but I could see why Red would think that, right? I can see why Red is saying everything he's saying pertaining to you, MICHON, because being an ex-mod on Red's platform, this is why I say I agree with Simple when he said he gonna make females or women mods on this page. Or I also understand why Red said he don't like making other content creators mods on his page, because most people who are in this content creating game ain't in it for genuine purposes as far as their interaction with you, especially if you have a sizable or any type of platform or influence or whatever the situation may be. People might want to leech on to you in the hopes and the dreams of siphoning off of what you doing to add on what they doing. And if that means at some point they got to act like they beefing with you or act or fake like they go along with your ideology up until they get what they want from you, and then they move on and get in a situation like this MICHON is in with Anton. Like I said, I don't get mad at chicks for doing shit chicks do. I expect chicks to move and operate like this, man. This is what they do, right? But I also understand why Red is going in on you, MICHON. I totally get why he would. If it was me, I'd probably be doing the same thing, especially when you used to be a mob on my page. You know, I wouldn't go as far as to say that she was having praise and worship service for Red, because I don't recall MICHON doing that, but she definitely was an advocate and supporter to some extent and to some degree. She was a mod. Yeah, and that's a fact, and I agree with that. And not just women, dudes too, right? I just don't see the point. I ain't gonna say I see the point because Red is talking about Anton, so you know.
I don't talk to niggas that been to prison. I don't talk to niggas that been to jail. I think that's.
I don't talk to niggas. I don't talk to niggas that been to prison or jail. You had a whole interview with Fleece Johnson where he sex played you the entire interview. MICHON, the fact that you didn't say anything about that, right? No one's saying that you should have or saying that you had to. It's the fact that you did not, which plays into the disingenuous on you. This is why people are coming at you. This is why people are saying you're fangirling. This is why people are saying that Anton paid you to do this in the hopes to grow your platform and your advocacy for Anton to get some traction on your platform. You didn't even like right? This just goes to show that you're clout chasing, right? You're just purely clout chasing on some messy MICHON-ish. And now you're getting attention that you really don't want. See, the attention that you think you want, you really don't want to, because a lot of y'all, especially a lot of y'all chicks, y'all don't have the thick skin to handle the scrutiny that you're going to get by stating your point, your opinion, especially on things concerning men and manhood. Yeah, some dudes think and have challenges, think, oh, she cute, I'll make her a mod because she dropped me a few dollars too. But when they do their own content, they end up cooking them. Yeah, man. That's exactly it, the form pretty boy. Right? And I'm just saying, MICHON, man, you know what I mean? I'm not knocking the hustle, man. You do what you do, though. But the reason why you getting the smoke you getting is because the way you handled yourself in this interview. You handled this is how you handled yourself in this interview, MICHON. You handled yourself like an in-pocket broad who choosing up on some pimping, right? And to get in his pimping good graces, you're going to sit up here and tell him what he want to hear. You're going to sit here and glad hand, and you're going to sit up here and, yeah, man. Yeah. We don't know what happened behind the scenes, right? If anything happened behind the scenes. See, a gamed up like me, I can see through all of that, right? Right, and versus asking Anton challenging questions, like, hold on, to prove, see, either you are not actually, this proves that you're just a solid cop, because either you're not a fan of Anton, you don't watch his content, you didn't see his interview with Fleece, you don't know about his interview with Fleece, right? And you just, that's a sign of you're not doing your due diligence. That's a sign of your lack in journalistic skill and ability. You didn't do you really don't watch Anton's content. You just know who he is because he's popular. You've seen some of his content. You see that he's in this thing with Corey HOLCOMB now, but you're not really a watcher of his content. Go back on MICHON's page, y'all, see if prior to this incident, did she talk about Anton or react or respond to any of his content prior? That will be the tail of the tape right there, if she's an actual supporter of Anton or advocate for him. I don't care enough about MICHON or her content to go do no due diligence like that. I'm just speaking on this situation right here. And this is why you getting the smoke you get, MICHON. How you going to sit up here and let Anton Daniels say, I don't talk to niggas that been in jail. I don't talk to dudes that been in prison. And he sit up here, had a whole interview with a dude who did 40 plus years in prison and is known for being a booty warrior. The fact that you don't know that, even if you don't know that, that's right there. That shows this, like, how do you not know that? That shows a lack in your journalistic skill and ability and talent. That just shows that you're just another chatter-patty, messy auntie online talking ish about trending topics and current events, which is okay to do. I'm not even knocking that. But when you try to put on this facade as if you are some type of intellectual, like you are breaking things down and critiquing things from a very critical, analytical standpoint based in fact, research, and due diligence, and knowledge and experience in certain things, and that's not what it is, and that's why you get the flack you get. You feel me? So, you know, man, hey, man, smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe.
That's low hanging fruit, honestly.
You saying Red Supreme went to jail? Allegedly?
I don't know. I just don't. When people say certain jail talk,
see, that's what I'm saying. So now, he don't even know if the brother been in jail or not. You talk about jail, so now you assuming because a guy speaks in a certain way of vernacular or speaks on certain topics, he just automatically been to jail. Huh? But you done had a whole interview with Fleece Johnson where he sex plays you the whole time. And this is what I'm saying, MICHON, man. This is very fake, very sket, very something girl behavior, man. This is clout chasing, fangirl, anything that gets subs, likes, views, attention to my platform behavior. right? Even at the expense of my own image and integrity as a grown adult, or even, I dare say, a journalist. If one thing you did with this interview right here, this impromptu, if it's that interview, you prove how much of a journalist you are not. Yeah, the black conservative crowd, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to be a part of the black conservative crowd. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I would like to think to some extent I could be considered as a black conservative, right, on some levels, right? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? This remind me of that song with T.I. Let's do a song together. Maybe then we can beat them. Right? And I still support my brother Red 100%. Right? I understand why Red is going in on you the way he is, MICHON. Because I would be thinking if I was Red, like, well, what did I ever do to MICHON? She used to be a model on my platform. I thought she rocked with the boy. What did I do? See, this is why you don't make female chicks your moderators on your platform. This is why I understand why Sinful said he didn't do that, right? Especially aspiring, endeavoring content creator chicks, right? Because a chick is going to sit up here and support you as a black man standing on manhood, masculinity, manalytics. Shout out to Sir Ism on straight right and exact, real-ish, unbiased stuff, calling out everything fair across the board. Man, chicks ain't going to ride with you but so far, man. They're going to ride with you and support you up until you say something that offends them, something that they actually literally don't like. And then that's when they will stop supporting you. That's when they will. Ain't no chicks, few chicks is ride or die. Few chicks support you even when they come across a topic of discussion that they don't necessarily agree with you on. Chicks support you up until they don't agree with what you say. Right? And is that the situation with MICHON? I don't know, possibly. Maybe MICHON's whole demo for being a model on Red's page was to somehow gain and garner some type of following that Red had to add on to hers. That's possible. Chris, what's happening, man? You know I was going to speak on this, and no, I didn't get in contact with Red. I didn't talk with Red behind the scenes and say, I'm going to have this show, I'm going to do this show. I didn't call Red and say tap in or none of that shit. If Red tap in, Red tap in. If MICHON tap in, MICHON tap in. Like I said, I'm not dressing individuals. I'm dressing behavior, mindset, mentalities. That's what I'm addressing. It could have been anybody. I just so happen to rock with my brother Red. Like I said, me and Red, we have a relationship offline. And what me and Red discuss offline, I would never talk to y'all about simply because it's none of y'all's goddamn business. And yeah, I'm going to take my brother Red's side, straight like that. Because he ain't wrong in this situation in any shape, form, or fashion. Right? And that's a fact, man. And that's why, you know what I'm saying? Let me drop the link, man. I'm going to drop the link, and we're going to hurry up and end the show because I really didn't mean to go this far, this long. But in the process of me being an up-and-coming content creator and growing my platform, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to give the people what they want to the extent that it ain't compromising my manhood or nothing like that. Because I would never. I'll shut this whole thing down before I ever do that. That's why the unintelligent artificial intelligence ain't going to make a guy like me popular, because I'm not willing to do any of the stuff Anton's willing to do to get 1 million subs. If I got to sit up here and get sex played by a booty warrior just to get some views and likes and subs, then I stay at my 1,200 that I have been able to monetize online and offline. Right? So anybody want to come up, man, we're going to hurry up and end this because I didn't even mean for this to go this long, man. But, you know, I feel some, I wouldn't be lying if I said I didn't feel some type of, because I'm like, damn, man, I remember when Michon was a mod on my brother Red channel, and I thought she supported the brothers. I thought she supported, you know what I'm talking about, just to see this is how you go. I mean, you know, I ain't surprised, but I'm just like, damn, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? Because let me tell y'all something, man. Exactly, we all subscribe to Michon because of Red. I know I did. I didn't subscribe to Michon because of Michon's content. I didn't even realize that Michon was a content creator until I subscribed to her page. Like, oh, okay. I've seen enough of her content to know that that just wasn't my thing. So I stay subscribed. But, you know, I tap in occasionally when I see Michon pop up and it's something that, you know, I will be interested in maybe being a part of talking about. But when I listen and I start listening and I'm like, man, Michon sound like the rest of these other bras talking about this stuff. She's not really breaking anything down. The former pretty boy was good.
What's happening, family?
What's the deal, man? What's the deal, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. This is a prime example of, man, you got like people gotta be real careful on this area. Look, I've been in social media and internet since 2000, bro.
Right.
I know this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I know this shit, bro. It's like, you know, I never took that real, you know, put my time into it to try to, you know, to get bread off of it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Me
Not
either.
like
This
that.
is, hey, listen, before I don't mean to cut your wisdom before, but listen, this is all hobby, fun, spare time when I'm not working or doing the other things I do to make a financial situation great for myself out here in real life, man. I do real things out here. I'm involved in real situations. This is
exactly
time for me. If I put as much effort into YouTube as I do in stuff that I'm actually doing in real life, I probably would be a lot more successful. This is just a hobby for me, to be honest with y'all. You know what I'm talking about? So I understand what you said when you said that. And with that being said, I'm going to pass it to you and let you say.
Exactly. And it's like, you know, it's got to be to people, it's got, you know, you got to really put time and a lot of effort, full-time jobs. You know what I'm saying? I didn't had relationships with people on the internet for real that I know in real life and all that shit and fell out with them. And so like from my experience like that is like, bro, it's like any relationship you build on the internet, you know what I'm saying? If one of those people have an ulterior motive, you're gonna lose that relationship off of the internet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just been my experience in like that, like we talk about like 26 years in this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, you know what I'm saying? It's like that's a long time. I know the game, bro. You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to get paid off of this shit, I would, but it's a lot, but it takes a lot of time and effort. It's like, and I don't, and I choose not to go that route, you know what I'm saying? Because it's too much regulation. Cause I was around this shit when the shit was wild. You know what I'm saying? When the shit was when it was like the America hadn't really figured out the ins and outs and how to regulate it and stuff like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like I've been through the dark web and everything, bro. It's like bro, you know, I've been on this shit. So it's like, dude, that's like her doing that and popping up like they sitting there playing in each other's face. You know what I'm saying? They know exactly Red's experience because Red been on here a long time. He spoke openly about his experience on this shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in life, and they sitting there talking about, oh, I don't know, you know, he been, you know, where he been and what he's done in the penal code. You know what I'm saying, in the penal system. You know what I'm saying? They're like, people know, bro. He's saying if you've been on this and been through his channel and all that, which, you know, Anton is not an ignorant man to that extent. He researched this dude. He know what he been to jail. You know what I'm saying? And her doing that, bro, you know what I'm saying, getting up on there, she know damn well she should have cooked Anton for him speaking ill of Red. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the thing is, just like you said, bro, I've been rocking with Red for years, bro. You know what I'm saying? For years before he even had all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Before he was even in this shit like that, when he was just kicking off, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, I scroll through. Oh, he from the hood. Oh, he from the turf. You know what I'm saying? That's where, you know. So I got with even like Minister Jap, bro. I've been rocking with Minister Jap before he even had a freaking YouTube when he was an underground rapper, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, it's like before he was even doing like social media, he was rapping. That's how I found out about Minister Jap in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So like these people that like, oh, these fly by night type of people that jump on and be like, oh yeah, and you got to be very careful, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you got to be very careful because there's a lot of backstabbers off of this internet shit that is in it for to get clout off of you. You see what I'm saying? They get on there and they be like, all of a sudden they all rah for you. You know what I'm saying? And then people start to sway towards that person's way. Next thing you know, it's like they doing some crazy stuff on, have you as part of their content.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, it's like, nah. It's like, and the Kevin Samuels thing should have taught people a very, very valuable lesson. You know what I'm saying? That shit should have taught people especially the whole thing with him and Myron and Fresh and Fit, that whole situation, that should have taught people a very, very valuable lesson. See, the problem is that, the internet has really, really, because I watched this shit grow for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? The internet and me being out here, you know what I'm saying? We know that we were the experiment for this to go national and international. You see what I'm saying? It's like, it's like when you see, I've seen like really bad situations, you know what I'm saying, where people have lost their life over this stuff. You see what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, and recently somebody has lost their life over this stuff. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Out
And you
there in
gotta be,
Vegas, right, homeboy out there in Vegas, right? Bodied old dude in the
that's
girl,
one
right?
person. Yep, that's one person. And I seen people actually off themselves on this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy,
It's
man.
like, bro, it's like the whole thing with Kevin Samuels should have taught people a very valuable lesson, you know what I'm saying, and how to move and not play these games with these online personalities, because some of these people, just like he said, Anton did say, you know what I'm saying, some of these people are like that, you know what I'm saying, on the internet, they about all this and about all that, but in real life, they soft as toilet tissue, bro. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't say nothing. They wouldn't say none of this stuff to your face. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's just how it, and that's how people move. They're straight up. They use the internet as a form so they can be cowards.
No, go ahead, my fault. I tried to turn the volume down. Go ahead, phone boy.
No worries. It's like, and it's just, you got to be real careful. And the whole thing is like, all this time I've watched this shit and I've seen how this shit works and how the shit grows. You know what I'm saying? I've been through so many. You're banned off of this motherfucker. The problem is that what it's like, a lot of these people that actually are now like getting on the internet, they're not they're not used to, online etiquette and the sophistication of the internet. So it's
Right.
like, if you get some bum fucking dude from Nebraska, you know what I'm saying, who's like in the middle of fucking nowhere, who fucking barely had internet in his freaking home in 2012, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden they're like, they know everything about the national, what's going on nationally, bro. You're gonna get this type of stuff that happens.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because they're gonna spread their rhetoric from their own life experiences. You see what I mean? It's like, and that's what they're gonna do, or like, or the stuff that they tapped in off of Google about. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? That's why you look you look at groups like the Passport Bros. You know what I'm saying? Go look at their demographic and what part of the country they're from. And that'll show you exactly why they're from places that aren't that diverse, that don't have that many different type of people. So it's like, bro, it's like, and like, I'm not, you trick because you want to trick, but it's like you don't have that many options. There isn't that much, stuff going on and cracking where you at. So that's how, they spread their stupid ass ideologies, you know what I'm saying, like downgrading and disrespecting black women, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, bro. It's like, go do what you do. And Anton saying all that mess about, oh well, if black people, and how oh, if we cared about each other, you know what I'm saying, we would marry black and stuff like that. Okay, cool. That's I get what he's trying to say, what he tries to say, but at the end of the day, if you're a man or woman, you know what I'm saying, there's like plenty of people out here that have done whatever they do, and they decide to stick to pump and hump on whoever they want, that have done 3 times, 10 times more for this Black community than I have. So who am I to speak on where they stick their freaking penis? You know what I'm saying? It's none of my business, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like it was like what I judge a person by is how they treat our people.
Right.
Period. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who you sleep with, bro. You know what I'm saying? How are you treating Black people? It's like your dudes are married to a Black woman. He treats our people like trash. So you know what I'm saying? It's like plenty of Black people out here that's in solid relationships with Black women, but they talk bad and drag our people through the mud and will backstab our people, and it will never give our people opportunities. So is that what you call Black love? You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, it's billionaire Black men out here married to beautiful Black women or whatever, but they would never ever give you a fucking penny because you're Black. Our own people, bro. So all that stuff is irrelevant to me. I rate a person by how you treat our people. And that's all that should be important. You know what I'm saying? But people don't see that. You know what I'm saying? And that's our problem as a people, because there's too many, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? I love our people, but there's a huge section of ignorance within our community, bro. And it's like, and that's in that's in every community, right? That's in every community. Don't get us wrong, but ours is projected more and ours is put on Front Street more. You know what I'm saying? It's like ours is shown. You know what I'm saying? It's like buffoonery. You know what I'm saying? Like people used to talk about Kanye and what do you call it? Oh well, we you know we shook Kanye because Kanye started smashing on Kim Kardashian and all that. Okay, cool, whatever he did, but Kanye has probably employed more people and given more Black people opportunities than you know Black people.
Than you would
You know what
ever
I'm saying?
probably even do in your lifetime.
Exactly,
You know what I'm
exactly,
saying?
bro. And that's disrespect. I don't care. Like it's like, bro, he's a nut, but I don't care about all that, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, who cares? That's not, you know what I'm saying? That's the difference when you're a player. When where you're a player from the Himalayas, when you know what the game is really like, when you've actually had experience, when you actually have experience with different types of people. It's like, well, if you a simple-minded simpleton, then you care about that type of stuff. You see what I'm saying? It's like nobody cares about that when it comes to like uplifting our people. You know what I'm saying? You gotta really, really be about that life. Look at Umar Johnson, man. You know what I'm saying? He's another one. He's like, he goes through and he says all this stuff about dealing with different females and stuff, but yet he abuses our women. He abuses Black women. You know what I'm saying? And people say, well, how does he abuse Black women? Well, he takes their money and doesn't produce. He's saying that's a form of abuse. You know what I'm saying? He runs through them. He uses platforms to knock broads. That's abuse, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is that you use your platform to knock broads specifically because they believe in you. Because they believe in you. You know what I'm saying? They believe in you. They believe what you're saying, but you lying to them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, it's like it's different if you telling them the truth. If you tell them like, look, yeah, I'm just hustling. This is my hustle. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never gonna really build no school. I just bought this building, so you know what I'm saying. As tax purposes, the tax write-offs, that I could say that from the money that I'm scamming out of everybody when I'm getting them to give me donations. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, it's like but he's pro Black love, all this and all that, right?
Wow.
It's like, but he's destroying our community. And it's like, how is he destroying our community? Well, you got to remember, this fool is taking millions of dollars from people that have donated to him because they really believe in his mission and his goal. You know what I'm saying? But it does not take 15 years to build no school, man. Stop lying. Stop playing in our face. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, it's like I've seen schools get put up in a year, bro.
Yeah,
Stop it. Yeah, exactly.
With,
you know what I'm saying?
way less resources.
With way less resources. Stop playing in our face. And that's where I mean about our people being like, you know, in regards to ignorance, they embrace that type of shit, man. We got to stop. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, it's like that. There's no way that man should have any type of support anymore. at all. You know what I'm saying? At all. It's like, but we keep doing it. It's like we like pain. You know, when I used to live overseas, I used to get into it, and we, back and forth and having roasting contests, about nationalities and stuff like that. And I was young. We, just playing, just running the batter, with banter and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Cooking, and right. It's like, and one thing that really, and I always remember, I was talking to this one Italian dude, and I was going back and forth with him, cooking him. He's like, you know what? He's like, you Americans, you guys like pain. He's like, you guys love pain. It seems like you guys just love pain. And you know what? And that's what it is. Because when you constantly support a group of people, you know what I'm saying, that that's just basically pounding you and pounding you, that got you down, face down, ass up, and you supporting them, giving your money, giving them your resources, and you still allow it to happen over and over and over again. You just like being abused. You know what I'm saying? This is like, especially if you know better, you're loving to be abused. You just like pain. You know what I'm saying? And when it seems like that's what we constantly do, even through our financial systems, through our political systems. It was like, dude, every single year these people tell you they're not going to do something for you, and yet you go right to the poll and you vote for them. So you're basically you're supporting your own demise. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't realize what he said at that point, but when I came back and I started looking around and taking a serious look at how dirty our house was, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, our house is pretty damn dirty. It's time to clean it up. You know what I'm saying? And people like this dude, like Anton, he shouldn't be getting no shine at all. So he needs to be cleaned out. And old girl, you know what I'm saying, turn around and like that they sitting there playing in each other's face, acting like they don't know who Red is. You know what I'm saying? After all this long time, they've been watching Anton, been watching his channel, doing the research. He said this is what he said, Virgil. He's literally said that he's like, I pulled up in LA, I be in LA all the time. So it's like Red could pull up. You know what I'm saying? I already pulled up on Minister Jab. It's like in Chicago, all these niggas, you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, stop it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't pull up on nobody. You ain't pull up on nobody, bro. You ain't pull up on nobody. It's out there. The video's out there. He ain't pull up on nobody because he's not, like you said, he's not about that life. He's like, like people say, oh, well, it's like when because we were the first ones to talk about that. You were the first one to pull it up where Corey got in his face. You was like, I remember the show. We was the first one. You was the first one to really break on that. You know what I'm saying? And we was up there talking about me, you, Big E, and we was talking about this, you know what I'm saying? And the whole thing is like the first thing, it's like he was like, we were like, okay, well, he should, saying he got to do something about this. He should have did something about this. But at the end of the day, Anton, we didn't really know the ins and outs that Anton had, like armed security there and all that, you know what I'm saying? And we didn't really know that.
You just was speaking on the event as it happened,
Yeah, exactly. Because it was just like we was just speaking on it as it happened. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's like Anton proved that he was a punk from the jump because it's like dude told him say it again. You know what I'm saying? Everybody and people be like, yeah, and he didn't say it again. You know what I'm saying? He was like, and that's the thing. It's like, bro, if you really about that life, if you say something to somebody, you'd be like, dude, you better hit these sacks, right, or whatever. And dude he's like, oh, for real, say it again. I said exactly what I said. You better hit these sacks. You know what I'm saying? Because you about that life. Anton wasn't about that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that if I'm gonna say something to somebody and they say it again and see what happens, I'm gonna say it again to see what you gonna do.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? That's like, see what you gonna do, what you want to do. I'm gonna say, if I say something, I'm not.
I'm the same way, but this is what now that all this stuff is transpired, because like I said, when this first happened, this was something that came across my mind frame. But as all of this stuff has transpired, I'm thinking like, oh yeah, Anton was definitely sticked on Corey for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, no question or doubt on my mind. You know what I'm saying? And then as a result, you know what I'm saying, it didn't go the way that Anton and his, I'm gonna say, handlers didn't go, but it was still a lucrative situation because, like I said at first, it would appear that Corey, to some y'all lames like Anton, and he represents actually a nice majority of black guys who grew up just like Anton. Yeah, y'all thought he a tough guy now, like, yeah, like he chumped Corey off, like, he told Corey for the fade, and see, Real Ones is already, we thinking about the Fleece Johnson interview. There's no amount of tough guy behavior this guy could ever display to convince me he ain't no soft ass dude. And with Corey, like it's a comedian, he's a funny guy. Can't get tough with the comedian guy and think Real Ones is going to look at you any type of in a respectable manner. And the whole and the situation, let me just say, the situation with like I said, MICHON, I understand. I understand chicks do what chicks do. I understand a lot of situations. But like I said, I also understand why my brother Red is on what he on, because, you know what I'm saying, like I say, you used to be a model on my page. Now you sit up here kikiing with this dude, fangirling out with this dude. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? And MICHON knows that Red's been going in on Anton because MICHON has been talking about guys that's talking about Anton. Right?
Yep.
So for to even bring Red up was messy. MICHON, don't be surprised at that. Right now, am I saying that she brought that up because she has some ill feelings towards Red, or maybe she don't? I mean, I don't know. That could be argued. That's neither here nor there if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? That's really irrelevant if you ask me. Only Red could tell y'all about that, or MICHON, if she ever spoke on it. Like I said, I don't want them to her content to even know that. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, I understand why my brother Red is going in on MICHON, because you used to be a mob. You sit up here, you know, I'll be talking about this guy the way I do. Now you've been saying all this stuff you've been saying. Now this dude pull up on your platform, and instead of you over there when he's saying stuff that I'm pretty sure MICHON knows about, and then this is my thing right here too, going on when I see MICHON say that when he spoke on the Fleece interview, and then say the stuff about like, come on, MICHON. There's no way that I think MICHON actually believes that or thinks like that. And that's just more evidentiary facts for me that it's all about the clout. It's all about views and subs and traction on the page and
celebrities.
Anything.
They celebrities.
Yeah, even at the expense of no integrity.
It's like fools are trying to see. It's like people are trying to be celebrities off the internet now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like before at the beginning, like when it's like really started first popping. It's like people are already celebrities and we're using the internet. Now it's reverse. Now people are trying to get famous off of the internet. It's like, you know, Anton, he's not really about that. You know what I'm saying? He's not really about that. You could tell he's not about that. It's like, bro, stop it. If you're walking around with armed security,
in the city of Detroit knows who Anton is. Nobody of real substance and is worth talking about, or not real ones like us, not everyday Detroit people. I know this, man. They don't know. Like I said, man, real ones don't know who, they don't even know who this guy is. They didn't know that he was even from Detroit. They didn't know who he is, let alone he was from the D before this situation with Corey. Only people on YouTube know who Anton is.
And that's the thing. It's like, you know, it's like people like him, you know what I'm saying, that kind of like they get themselves in like situations that they ain't gonna be able to get out of. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, you know what I'm saying? He thinks, oh well, I'm this and I'm that, you know what I'm saying? I know, like, what did he say? He just said right now, he was like, you know, that white people love me and stuff like that. I'm like, bro, stop it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why,
bro? We seen you dressed up as a Disney, offering $1 for hugs in downtown Detroit, by the way. They weren't rocking with you, bruh.
You know, like, bro, you don't. Number one, you don't be around. You cannot tell me that you be around enough white people for them to even have any type of like experience with you like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, stop it. You know what I'm saying? It's like what you want is that you want white people to like you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, and that's why you went out there and put the $1 for hugs type thing, because you was trying. You thought you think people. Yeah, you think people are stupid. What you were trying to do is you were trying to build a following, thinking that you would meet some white people out there and they'd hug you and stuff like that, and they'd be like, and they'd follow you, and you try to create people off of, you know, and get white people to start following you. But you found that was wrong. That there's like, because the thing is like a lot of these caucasoids, if they don't like you in real life, they ain't gonna like you on the internet. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is. It's like, bro, because there's some people. That's the thing with our people is like we'll like an entertainer person, but we won't like them in real life. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like we'll be like, oh yeah, well, I don't really like dude, but you just bought dude's jersey. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I can't stand dude. You know what I'm saying? But you buy dude shoes. It's like not. It's like, bro. It's like you don't like person. You don't put money in their pocket. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and every all nationalities do that. It's like, but when it comes to like social media and stuff, it was like if I noticed in these Edomites, if they don't rock with you in real life, and they ain't gonna want to rock with you in real life, they ain't gonna really mess with you online. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be kind of like the same thing.
That you benefit them.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and that's what he kind of is, because they think he's a shucker and jiver. You know what I'm saying? That he's a cool. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and him going on Fox and basically proving that he's shucker and jiver is like, bro. And then how he tried to perpetrate like he's some type of player. It's like, bro, stop it, bro.
You gotta relax, Anton. It's clear to see that you ain't no player. You ain't no pimp. You ain't slick with the ladies. None of that. I'm pretty sure all these ladies can tell that. I'm pretty sure Mika can tell that. I'm pretty sure your wife can even tell that, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, bro, you cannot
say your last words, man. We about to get up out of here, man. I ain't even mean for this show to be this damn long.
It's like, bro, Anton, man, you cannot convince any of us real ones that you use one of the
at all. We're not convinced.
That you knock broads, bro. That you just
ever in life.
That you just that dude, bro. Let's just face it, bro. If you looked in the mirror, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, it's me being in this industry, you know what I'm saying? It's very, very superficial, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's very superficial. You know what I'm saying? It's like the most superficial thing, because everybody want to look good. They want to have a certain type of look. You know what I'm saying? And I could tell you, you know what I'm saying, that damn near 20 years of me being in this industry, I'm telling you, Anton, broads ain't
at all
scoping for you, bro.
No.
You cannot.
That's not hating. That ain't nobody hating or none of that. That's just the facts. Right,
fact, bro. It's like I could tell.
Never in his life had a chick like Mika actually genuinely, truly like him for him.
It ain't no females talking. It ain't no females talking like you in the gym, Anton. It ain't no women walking by you looking at you. I can tell you that, bro. It's like, so you're not gonna convince us that you're some top player. You know what I'm saying? The broads just be at you. You just
everywhere I go, I got a bad bitch with me. Man, if you don't knock it off.
It's like the only way that you're getting a bad broad, bro, is if you're buying her. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man.
Listen here, the poor pretty boy. This is the reason why a lot of these dudes support Anton, though, because they are Anton. A lot of y'all dudes are Anton, corny, goofy, lame, never had your way with bras in your life, ass dudes. Now y'all done came to the internet. The anonymity is there, and you could put on this facade like you some type of big player and you just wealthy and all of this, and you could sit up here and create a facade and an image that chicks just like to go along with, because chicks chase clout. Chicks want to be pop. If you popping, they're gonna try to latch on to what you got popping. That's what chicks do. Outside of that, these chicks know y'all dudes be corny. You think these female content creators who be having all y'all corny, lame, goofy, digital, tricking, simp ass dudes on their platform don't know y'all suckers? You think that they sit up here and don't know that y'all cornballs? Because chicks know there ain't no real one sitting up here making it rain on no broad digitally and ain't getting nothing up out of it, man. Right?
Because these fools be spending major loot and just be like it. And that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. People got to be real careful, because there's a lot of tricking stuff going on out here. You know what I'm saying? It's especially like, especially us men, we got to know how to move. So we got to know how to move, around the game, because You know, it's a lot of headhunters out here. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of headhunters out here. They out here hunting down dudes. You know what I'm saying? They'll try to create this online persona, online relationship. You might even get to smash in real life, but that person had an agenda. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, man, I done seen it too many times. But Virg, thanks for letting me come up. You know,
You
I
already know your
appreciate you,
time
bro.
before Pretty Boy, man. Tap in,
You
man.
know,
Tap in.
I'm always getting at you. You know what I'm saying, on every side, on the social media. Yeah, man, I'm always gonna support Red, bro. It's like, bro, Red, like, bro, Red had to tie me out because of his relationship before. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, like, I'm that type, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, it's like that I had to. And I didn't know that was the situation, but I had to speak on it because I'm that type. You know what I'm saying? I'm that type. I had to speak on it because you know what I'm saying. Because I know that these certain type of females, bro, they get out here and the next thing you know, it's like they're on your stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you're put and they're it's false support. They're supporting you in some type of way, but they're basically only supporting you in a certain type of way because they try to get their stuff cracking. You see what I'm saying? It's like that's you know, people make names off of who you are, man. And that's the thing, is like, and it's like it's in a woman's nature to do so. So what makes you think they ain't gonna do that, you know what I'm saying, online? You know what I'm saying? Just gotta be careful. We gotta look out for our people. We gotta protect each other, you know what I'm saying? It's like either or, you know what I'm saying? You gotta defend, you know what I'm saying? Some of the stuff that we say obviously needs to be said behind closed doors, and you perfect in doing that shit, you know what I'm saying? Behind, you know, it's like you say stuff behind, you know, stuff you're not supposed to say in public, you know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to our people at certain times, you know what I'm saying? It's like you got a bad family member, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like, but you ain't gonna let nobody else sock up and punch up on your family member. You know what I'm saying?
We gonna check little homie, y'all. You ain't gonna, and we ain't gonna do it in front of y'all. We're gonna do that at the crib when it's just us. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. All right, Virg. Thanks for letting
You
me
already
up,
know
man.
the Pretty Boy tap. You already know you tap in anytime, bro.
For sure. Much respect.
Shout out to my brother, the former Pretty Boy. I did have no intentions on this extending this long. I really didn't, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, not at all. But you know, that's the game right there, man. That's the game. Just sitting up there administering itself through me, man. Listen, man. MICHON, like I said, this ain't no gang up on MICHON or none of that. You know what I'm saying? I actually, young Skelly, what's good, man? Skelly popping in at the end of the show, man. That's what's up, man. Nah, I'm just saying, man. You already know Project Leroy, man. My brother Project Leroy, man. Like I said, I'm truly unbiased and fair and exact and all of that. You feel me? Shout out to my brother Red. Like I say, man, I basically support my brother Red 100%. You know what I'm saying? If ever I came across something that I felt compromises Red manhood or anything, I got that man's phone number. I'll call him on the phone and talk to him about it. I would never come online about it. But from my perspective and from what I'm watching, my brother Red has been conducting himself like a real one online, much like how I carry myself online, which is very much an exact replication of how I carry myself in real life. You know what I'm saying? But I understand why my brother is going in on MICHON the way he is, because I probably would be doing the same thing, especially since you used to be a model on my page. Now all of a sudden you sitting up here kikiing with a guy who I'm going in on, and you know, whether you did this with this intention is irrelevant. The perspective could be made like, hold on, MICHON bringing up Red in front of Anton. Hold on, then she used to be a model on his page. It's like people know that. A lot of people who know who you are, MICHON, is because from you being a model on Red's platform. Now, whether you want to admit that or not is irrelevant. I know that to be true because before you was a mod on Red's page, I didn't know who you were. Right? I'm going to just say that. And the same thing could be said for me. The difference between me and I say, I don't try to use my brother Red's platform to grow mine. I actually rock with Red and support what he's doing, and we got the similar thoughts and views and we actually chop it up and interact offline as well. So it's not like that. A lot of stuff I talk about, Red don't even address. A lot of people who tap in with Red tap in with me because we got certain things, but everybody that tap in with Red don't tap in with me. If that's the case, my platform would be just as big, if not bigger than his. Right? Every time I'm on Red's platform, I don't even comment. I don't get in the comment section all the time. I'll be listening from work sometimes. I don't have conversations with Red like, let's do this and let's do. No, I don't do. I truly am growing my platform organically. I don't even promote my page on Red's page unless Red says something about it. Unless it's a topic of discussion that I happen to chime in on, and Red be like, yeah, go. And I don't be like, hey, Red, man, what you promote? I don't do. It's not about that for me, right? I want to gain a natural, organic audience who tap in with me for me, not because they know me from tapping in on Red. Most of my mods, the people that tap in with me, don't even know who Red is. What y'all know about that? A lot of people who tap in with me don't tap in with Red. But there are some people who tap in with Red that tap in with me. Right? So y'all got to understand that, dog. I'm an actual real one, y'all. I'm a real one from the turf for real. Out of Columbus, Ohio, North Side. You know, I've been to jail, prison, all that shit. Been in the streets. Now life in a whole nother situation. Legal, getting into court, all that, whatever, whatever. I have no reason to lie to y'all or to manipulate y'all in any type of way. I'm always going to be my true 100% authentic self. This is what y'all going to get from me every single time y'all tap in with me. I can't be compromised. I'm not biased, and I ain't afraid to call people who I interact with online out when I see them acting in a way that is contrary to what's right and exact. And I haven't seen that from my brother Red. And if I did, that's something me and Red talk about offline. I would never discuss that with y'all. What type nigga y'all think I am? Some of y'all? Oh, yeah, man, Red. I also wasn't going to come on here and just straight disparaging goddamn it, MICHON, like just talking crazy about her. I'll let Red do that. You feel me? That ain't even my place to do. Right? I'm too thorough for something like that. What I look like sitting here roasted and blazing MICHON. I could, but I'm not going to. I'm speaking on it from the way that I am and pointing out the actual facts of the situation. MICHON, you failed as a journalist with this situation. And I think that if you would have actually critiqued, or I think if you would have actually challenged Anton on the stuff he was saying, when the things that you absolutely could have, I think it probably would have turned out a little bit better for you. I think you would have actually gained some traction to your page from that. I think you actually would have gained some real supporters and some real people to tap in with you over there. That's what I think would happen if you would have challenged him on the stuff he was saying versus glad-handed and fangirling out because you was glad he came on your page because potentially some traction that's going to be had because of this. Right? The people that tap in with Anton ain't going to tap in with you. Just like everybody that tap in with Red ain't going to tap in with me. This is why I don't try to promote my page on Red's platform unless when Red asks me to. Right? It ain't got nothing to do with me. That's between Red and MICHON, man. Right? Let Red go sit up there and roast MICHON. I'm not about to talk about her wig or the way she looked or any of that. She talking about Red. She ain't talking about me. Right? Plus, that's a feat. Anton is different. Anton is a male purping like he a man, spreading his ideology like he representation of us. influencing young boys that's listening to him as if he's a bastion of representation of manhood, and he ain't. So I'm definitely gonna flame roast his ass, right? Like seriously though, man, you know, real talk though, man, and that's why I named my platform Real Talk Podcast. And we're gonna do real talk over here, man. You know what I'm talking about? This shit is a hobby for me. I do this shit for fun, man, in my spare time when I'm not working or handling business that I, like I said, actual life. I don't put a lot of effort into this stuff, man. And I'm not bragging about that. Because if I did put as much effort as I could into this, I'd probably be a lot more successful. Uncle Diggity, what's good with you, bro? You know what I'm saying? And if I can't make a lot of money doing my content the way I do it now, then I'm cool, man. I'm good. I refuse to compromise. I'm not about to sink to no levels. I'm not about to sit up here and do anything that go against my manhood or my masculinity, man. Never. I would never have, like I said, if I had a conversation with Fleece Johnson, it would have went nothing like how it did when he had it with Anton. That conversation wouldn't have went nothing like that at all, right? My manhood ain't for sale. My integrity ain't for sale. Yeah, I'll be cool with my little 1,200 subs, people who tap in with me, who actually tap in to support what I got going on. That I would rather have that. If having 1 million subs means I got to sit up here and allow booty warriors to sex play me in front of my wife, no, I'm good, man. I'll stick to my 1,200 of people who really tap in with me. I'm cool with having 23 people in my comment section. I'm cool with that. Because me being the natural born hustler I am, I'm going to monetize every situation I'm in, right? So y'all tap in, man. We're going to get up out of here, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow night. We're going to talk about something I don't know yet, but we're going to figure it out. You know what I'm talking about? When you are actual journalist, when you are actual content creator, when you have actual skill and talent and journalistic abilities, you can talk about whatever on the whim. You ain't got to sit up here and talk about trending topics and all that stuff. You can sit up there and come up with something on your own, like how I do all the time. Like I got a whole series breaking down UN Agenda 2030 for global sustainability, all 17 global sustainable goals. Right? That's the type of stuff real content creators do, real journalists do. They invoke independent thought and challenge thought and stuff like that. They don't really talk about, you know, what everybody else is talking about. Although at times I do. Right? But tap in. You already know what it is, man. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. That's my new Cash app scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Sit up there and sock it to the pocket like a Houston Rocket. If you want to support anything, support real ones, man. You know what I'm talking about? When this stuff start hitting the fan, it's going to be a real talk and stats with the facts of Virgil Berry, a.k.a. Stats with the Facts. That's going to be frontline with this stuff, talking to y'all about the smart grid, telling y'all about the social credit system, telling y'all about universal basic income, telling y'all about the mega structures, mega regions, human settlement zones. It's going to be me coming up, talking to y'all about this stuff. And not too many others, right? So, you know, man, support the real, man. Support the real, man. You did?
Yes, sir.
Put grit in it. It's going to hurt.
Task force, black force, we the tag team. If it's a nightmare, then it must be a bad dream. E&E, running our lanes like a track meet, skipping over hurdles. Call us a track team, all paperwork legit. It's the fact team, then double up the championship belts like a tag team. Black on black, yeah, it's a black thing. Black jewelry shining on all of our black kings. All black everything, we got black tees. All black coffee, man, I don't add green. North give you all you need, no more caffeine. Close down the whole set, no more casting. Remove targets off our back like a black team. We keep growing up the game like a black team. Your girl got a problem with me, then get at me. I'm tired to a bumper, now you got a drag queen. You can't stop me, you old as jalopy. This is past me, and I got it photocopied. Caught him on film, flow tracks and sloppy. Trying to attack me, you a carbon copy. Ron keep the heat like Timothy blocks, and I charge for a hook, put me in a penalty box. Man, I'm killing the ops while I look at my watch. All hands on deck like the time on the clock. Task Force, Black Force, we the tag team. If it's a nightmare, then it must be a bad dream. E&E, running our lanes like a track meet, skipping over hurdles. Call us a track team, all paperwork legit. It's the fact team, then double up the championship belts like a tag team. Black on black, yeah, it's a black thing. Black jewelry shining on our black
Keep my
things.
grass cut low to catch a glimpse of the snakes. Devilish serpents with purpose to steal your cake. Smiling in your face while they got their eyes on your safe. Yeah. Boy, that hatred, man, they make you do some foul things. Switch up on your niggas like the numbers when the Dow change. When I'm with familiar, still a grind like a broke. Take it for granted, should be gone in the proof of smoke. Better put your plan in action, niggas get too used to hope. Formulated a plan, calculated the steps. 2020, my vision, see my way to the check. Only way is up, I made my way to the steps. Let's go. Look, only way to move is building kingdom shit. Niggas won't make a move, want you to bring them shit. But God bless the child that can hold his own. They want to give you numbers in a cell like a mobile phone. But fuck a cop, any wicked, you this was just fuck. Cause niggas on the edge, there for you to push. Bullets loaded tight up in that magazine. Bring a nightmare to American dreams.
Task Force, Black Force, we the tag team. If it's a nightmare, then it must be a bad dream. E&E, running our lanes like a track meet, skipping over hurdles. Call us a track team, all paperwork legit. It's the fact team, then double up the championship belts like a tag team. Black on black, yeah, it's a black thing. Black jewelry shining on our black kings.